Starting. Okay, so the stream has started. It's not displaying anything just yet. But hey, everybody! If anyone's in chat, it's good to see you. I'm having a lot of issues because I'm not very. I never prepare.
And we're bad at time zone math.
And yeah, we messed up the time zones.
Oops.
But hey, so today, everybody, this is the first episode of the Lavacast thing. Hopefully this works out. And check this out. It's me on the camera. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the stream. Today we're going to be talking about Boneworks trailers, the Bonelab Direct trailers as well, and we're going to talk about how you know what they did good, what could have been improved, and stuff like that. So hopefully this goes well. And today I'm joined by let me get the right scene. Oh, it's not displaying. Okay, hang on. Today I'm joined by HappyGoCrazee from Stress Level 0.
How's it going?
Welcome. It's great to have you on the channel. This is kind of a surreal experience for me. So it's honestly
last time you had Stress Level 0 people popping into your stream, you were rather emotional about it.
Were you watching? Were you watching then?
Yeah. I gave you a little fiver.
Did you? Did I not realize? Oh wait, no, I did realize, right?
Later. And then Michael had to one-up me, dropping $50 into you.
I'm so sorry, I forgot. Michael stole the surprise there. Oh my god.
He did. He stole my thunder. It's fine.
Wow. Okay, well, it's real, guys. Stress Level 0 and Wigwam collab. It's here. Well, okay. If I go to this screen, that's the wrong one. Okay, if I go to this screen, we should have HappyGoCrazee stream, and our streams are on our things are on the side. You guys are at the bottom in chat as the little creatures, and I think that's it. I think we're ready.
Yeah.
Nice. So where do you want to start? Because I have not come prepared.
Yeah, I guess we'll kind of be improving this. First things first, because I'm not usually front and forward in Stress Level 0 stuff. I'll introduce myself.
Oh yeah, sorry, I should have. Yeah, introduce yourself.
Yeah, I'm Chris Sherwood. I've been with Stress Level 0 since before it existed. I was originally an editor for Node, was doing the videos there. Started working for Brandon, doing some of the behind-the-scenes stuff while HoverDrunkers was getting going. Did the trailers for that. In the course of doing the HoverDrunkers trailers, I had to get into Unity, start animating, getting some shots, getting familiar with the engine. Then when it came time to do the single-player campaign for HoverDrunkers, I ended up doing a lot of the art for the level design in that. From there, since I was already doing editing, storytelling, that kind of thing, when we realized that we had to do cut scene in duck season, I was the one that did those. So I did the black box theater scenes in duck season, as well as, again, the trailers. And by the time we got to Boneworks, I was pretty much doing level design, and work inside the game full time. And we hired somebody else to replace me doing the trailers. But then he rapidly started just working in the games as well. Turns out there's a lot more game dev to be done than there is video editing. So now he and I both collaborate on the trailers since Bonelab, and it's a good time. But it is maddening seeing so many VR trailers out there for really good-looking games, and the trailers themselves are very bad.
Oh yes.
Very few people follow me on Threads, but those that do know that I'm always ranting on there about how bad most VR trailers are. And this is not to cast any shade. At some point today, we might look at trailers from other games, and if we do, I don't know if we will, but no shade is intended to be thrown at these games, because the thing is that a lot of the games look very good, and not everybody can be an editor. So what I want to focus on is how to actually get the footage looking good. This isn't going to be a lesson on video editing, but rather how to make your VR footage look as good as it can be and be as expressive of the game that you're making as it can be.
Hell yeah, that's good. And I do actually really like the name of cut seasons for the cutscenes in Dark Season.
That refers to all the endings that we didn't use. Those are the cut
Yeah,
seasons.
the cutscene. Damn, well, I'm excited to see your insights because I could do with some tips on what I'm doing wrong because I probably am doing some stuff wrong in trailers, so I'm excited.
Well, you as well as a lot of other content makers are the kind of people that really do know what you're doing because you play the game so much that you are very expressive when you're playing. You know, you have a style as you play. In fact, most of the times when I've watched you like doing the like this week's mod showcase, things like that.
Yeah.
I'm kind of floored by how naturally you pull off shots that I know we would have spent 2 hours trying to get for a trailer.
Wow, really? Damn.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Thank you. I'm happy you. I don't even because like to me it's just natural. Like I just feel like I'm just playing the game like a normal person. So that's cool that you can see that I have a style or something. That's awesome.
That's actually the key, is being natural about it. Most people that are recording the trailers for VR games are not actors. They're not people hired to make the trailers. It's just the devs. That includes, launch games with their own trailers, or whether you're a modder making trailers. You have been sitting in front of this computer playing this and testing it and bug fixing it for so long. So I get that when it comes time to record the trailer, you do this. Put the headset on, get recording, you're sitting down at your desk.
The sitting down, it's the sitting down.
Alt F9 for that NVIDIA share, and you're playing like this.
There you go, there it is.
And that's the main reason why most VR trailers look very, very bad.
Yeah, I can always tell when someone's like at their desk because their hands are always like kind of awkwardly in front like that. Yeah, that's a big thing.
Yeah, you don't want the like Velociraptor hands while you're recording a VR trailer. I'm gonna call it out. Have we seen any Velociraptor hands in the trailers today?
Yeah.
Call it out.
Yeah. I'm gonna be looking for those. I do know someone that does it. There was a trailer, at least one trailer in the Bonelab Direct that does it, because he's a infamous sitting down player. So yeah, there'll be a few of those.
It's interesting, back in Boneworks, when we were making Boneworks, most of us would still play standing up. We were still so immersed in the room space that was just what we like to do. But around the middle of Boneworks development and onwards, we all became sitting devs. We all play sitting down unless you're like really, really getting into a combat arena or something.
Oh yeah. That makes sense. Yeah. It is just the most easiest, obviously. With yeah. Jumping straight
and a lot of the design in Bonelab is tailored towards that. The virtual crouch, things like that. We want to make the sitting experience just as good as the standing experience as much as possible.
Yeah, you're right. That's one thing. It's like just great being able to sit down in the go-kart and stuff, and it still works. That's just awesome. I love that.
There's nothing quite like sitting in your chair in the go-kart, getting flipped upside down, looking up, and then like trying to push on the road to get yourself upright again. That is, to this day, like one of my favorite surreal experiences.
Oh yeah, the go-kart feels so weird. I love it. It's one of my favorite things.
Yeah. What I think, I want to go over some of the trailers that we've made, like in depth, and look at those.
Of course.
But I don't think we should start there. I think we should start by looking at some of the trailers that were submitted. And I've deliberately gone in cold. I've tried not to watch any of them. I want to be seeing all these fresh.
Oh, okay.
I think that as we're watching them, I'll probably think of things that we want to, look at and compare to in the trailers that we've done and use as demonstration. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's do that. We'll start.
All right, sure. So you're doing it on your screen, right?
Send me a link. Where they're all public.
So I uploaded the kind of biggest like blockbuster kind of trailers on the channel separately. And hang on, I think the stream might be messed up for a sec. I'm sorry, chat. But yeah, I can send you a link to the Bonelab Direct because that has like all of them in.
Yeah, but I won't want to be clicking through a big thing.
Oh,
like
okay.
that.
Right.
Yeah, so let's see here.
So many good ones. Have you got it?
Yeah,
got it out? Oh, okay.
I'll just go from the first one here. It looks like the first one here is the Deep 2 reveal trailer.
Sure, okay.
Direct. Yeah. I guess we're going full React video mode. Let's go.
All right. So about this one, I was sent over the mod, and I was actually the one to record the footage for this one. So you can judge.
Nice.
So you can judge me. Here we go.
Like the music. Very ominous and mysterious. The vibes here are immaculate.
Yeah, it was kind of trying to, because this is like kind of a well-known like icon of Bonelab modding now. This kind of like series. So I tried to kind of hide it to begin with, and then kind of slowly reveal that like, oh, we've been here before. This is something that's a thing.
Map design is very cool.
Yeah, it's a very interesting aesthetic. There it is.
Coming eventually. Classic. Wow, that was really cool. I very much want to play that from that trailer.
Hell yeah. And yeah, that's that was very early in development. That's like kind of the beginning part of it. I've seen what's coming. It's gonna be insane. Like, this is just tip of the iceberg. It's a big one.
Yeah. So obviously it's like, it doesn't appear to be particularly combat heavy. Not a lot of interactables besides doors going on, physics puzzles. So it's all vibes. And I think that this trailer is selling that very, very well. There are some notes that I would have from like an editing perspective.
Yeah.
Like I said, I don't want to get too much into that because I understand that not everybody are natural video editors.
Yeah, but I mean, I should be. I should be. You can go all out. This one's mine.
Yeah, but just for like very, very small notes here.
Yeah.
I love the shot of like getting into a nice pose, standing up for the reveal shot.
Yeah.
Editing wise, I'd have cut into this on the motion.
Yeah, it does linger there.
The pose held for a little bit and then it moves, but that's probably, I won't say too much on editing because what this shot is doing is exactly what I like to see in a VR trailer. Which is traditional camera movements, things that you tend to see in filmmaking, done in a first-person perspective.
Yeah.
So a very, very common reveal shot in movies is to start at the ground, framing something essentially, an empty frame, and then panning up to what you want to show.
Yeah.
This is doing that shot, but from a first-person perspective, and the pose at the beginning is actually the key to making that work. Because if you just, record your scene, and you're just like looking down and you look up.
Yeah.
That can be fine if you want to just emulate the idea of having a camera and you don't want the trailer to appear to be first person.
Yeah.
But these are first person games. This is a game that takes place completely within first person. So the pose at the beginning is what makes this work as an emulation of a traditional camera shot, because it motivates the camera movement. Whether the character is tired, it looks like they're kind of either taking a rest or have suffered damage. Maybe they just jumped down from something high up, and that's why they're looking down at the ground. That's why they're in that pose. So when they look up, it's not only a reveal shot of the environment, but it is a character motivated moment, so to speak.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that I really like to see in VR trailers.
Hell yeah.
If one is going for a, emulate camera movements kind of thing.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if the shaking, I think, based on the rest of the video, it seems like the shaking in this shot is added or deliberate for a vibe.
I think that's the way I was grabbing the floor or something, because...
Yeah. So this one's a better example, though. It's a little jittery.
Yeah.
And that does happen when recording VR footage.
Yeah.
Your headset isn't quite right. I found, even though Quest's motion tracking looks fantastic when you're in the headset, looking back at it in a recording, you'll notice a lot of the micro jitters that come from inside-out tracking.
Oh yeah.
If somebody happens to be recording and they've got like an old Vive or something that they don't use anymore, that's great for recording trailers. The precision of lighthouses just looks great.
Yeah.
But if not, there is no shame in applying a little bit of warp stabilization to your shots.
Oh.
It really, really helps with the camera jitter, although the camera jitter does have a little bit of parallax because of VR, so you can't fix that. But also in general, you know, our head movement will have a little bit of instability to it that, to an extent, makes the shots feel very organic and good. But just like a 2% warp stabilizer just thrown on most shots will really help make things feel smooth, especially if you're going for something like that shot that we were looking at earlier.
100%.
You know, where you're trying to get like a nice pan up.
Yeah, I've never like thought of that.
Really helps, because this shot, the head movement that the player is doing here, it's great.
Yeah.
But you can tell there's a little bit of jitter in the tracking.
Yeah, yeah.
Warp stabilizer, like 2%, clean that right up.
Yeah, you're right.
But overall, this is an excellently done trailer. I like it a lot.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
A lot of intrigue, a lot of like questions that it leads the player to, things that you want to see.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. All right, let's watch another one.
Thank you. I do really wish, because like I kind of noticed that in editing, I was like, I kind of linger in that pose for too long, but that was like one of the final trailers, and I like was kind of on a rush, and I was like, you know what, it's fine, we'll just go with it. But the stabilization, I've never even considered adding stabilization, and I don't know why. That's like just a no-brainer.
Yeah, another thing that I've seen a lot of content creators do that we haven't actually even done is add things like punch zooms and stuff to emphasize cuts, emphasize hits.
Yeah.
I think that there must be like TikTok plugins that do it automatically, because I sincerely doubt most of these people are like keyframing that stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot of like filters like that.
Too.
Yeah.
Like anything that you would do in an action scene to make a shot look better is going to work really well in a VR trailer.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, Brian's Bonebox 2, another mod sequel.
All right, yeah, this one's pretty cool. This trailer was a bit rushed as well by Brian, because he had to get this in pretty fast, so...
Say again?
This trailer was a little bit rushed, because I think Brian was literally the last submission. It was like on the last day, so yeah. It might be a little bit rough, but he did his best.
No worries. Yeah, I know the whole process. You know, people were doing this in like 48 hours, recording and cutting a trailer in that time.
Yeah.
Well, honestly, that's actually how we've recorded and cut all of our trailers. But we're maniacs.
Oh yeah.
Cool music.
Yeah, the music is really awesome. A beauty.
So the trailer really makes me want to play this mod.
Oh yeah. There we go. He does a great job. Brian always kills it with the stuff he does.
Yeah. All right, so let's take a look. So good things that I've noticed here.
Yeah.
It definitely seems like while recording, it was Brian that recorded, or you?
This was all Brian, yeah.
Okay.
I only
Definitely
did 2
recording
trailers.
with the trailer in mind. You know, it's clearly sitting down using the locomotion, but there is obviously some amount of effort being put into making it look like this is a character experiencing this world for the first time. You know, the looking around, dodging behind cover and things like that.
Yeah.
But one thing, when we were training the trailer guy that came in to replace me, there was an interesting problem that I was seeing in the footage that he was recording. He was too good at the game.
Ah.
And that ends up being the case for a lot of us, because anybody that's deep enough to be making these mods, making these trailers, is gonna be real good at these games.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, this sequence of gunfighting here is really cool. Good cutting, good angles, good expressiveness.
Yeah.
The issue with it is that he's just headshot, just wasting these fools. The key to making a really exciting action scene when you're recording for these is to miss most of your shots.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like, you want to be shooting from the hip, just wild, like,
yeah, just kind of all over the
run out
place.
of ammo, do a panicked reload, you know, really feel like you are not very good at using a gun.
Yeah, that's a thing I haven't thought of either.
And then if it really feels like the shot's just going on too long, that's when you pop out and nail the headshot that you could have done the whole time.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, when you're doing an action scene and every guy just goes down to one bullet over and over and over again, it does make the action extremely repetitive. Although, I will say, this shot where he nails 3 of them in a row in one, like, sweep.
Oh, that's nice. Cool. That's nice, yeah.
That's pretty cool. That's the time where it's okay. But yeah, conversely, so now let's go back. This is a good time to look at some of our trailers. Let's go back as far as Boneworks. Let's look at the launch trailer.
Love this trailer.
Oh my god, I was going to scoot around and see if there was a good shot to demonstrate it. Literally, the opening shot will be perfect. This shot seems very smooth and natural. This took me like 4 hours to get the timing just right. Because we wanted it to be super smooth. This shot needed to be 6 seconds long.
Yeah.
Brandon actually had given me a little bit of insight that he and Freddie learned during Rocket Jump, which is that when you make a video, you have 20 seconds to capture the user's attention. Yeah. 20 seconds. And ideally, 6. They would notice that, using like the viewership graphs, their viewership would drop off pretty heavily after 6 seconds and a lot after 20 seconds. That's how long you've got.
Yeah, you got to make the openings count with a lot of stuff.
Yeah. So I got a lot of versions of this shot that looked really good, but just took too long.
Yeah.
So I not only had to get this shot, getting the exact actions that we wanted, but get it very quickly. You might notice there's a ton of null body blood on the ground already. If I turned around in the shot, you would see an absolute null body holocaust behind me, just a pile of bodies, because I had tried this shot so many times.
Oh my god.
What we wanted to do is we wanted 2 null bodies coming towards me. I was supposed to be shooting at them. Again, not headshots. We don't want to ice them too quickly.
Yeah.
But we just wanted 1 down, and then to run out of ammo as the second one was approaching. Quickly do a reload that looks, like smooth but panicked, not like super smooth. Yeah. And then get off a headshot at like point blank range right at the last second. Very difficult, but we did it.
And the music, it's great. I love the transition on that.
That song might be my favorite Michael track. It's so good.
It's a top one, yeah.
But anybody here, anybody watching, would ice these 2 null bodies in 3 bullets max.
Oh yeah.
But that doesn't make for a very interesting shot. It's so much more interesting when you encounter struggle while you're playing in the action scene.
Yeah.
He gets close, throws a punch, I push him away, try to reload before he gets up, and boom.
Beautiful.
That's exciting. Similarly, there's a lot of shots where I wanted to be shooting at things, but just headshots looks kind of boring. So this one, went for a jump, like I jumped into the air, went slow motion, and wasn't really trying to hit them. I just wanted to be shooting in their general direction.
Yeah.
It didn't matter whether or not I was killing them. What mattered is that I got a cool shot of me shooting at guys.
Yeah. It's almost on beat too, which is great. And that's awesome. How long? I want to know how long it took for you to meet the boss claw on that. Like, how did you?
That one?
Yeah.
Believe it or not, first try.
No way.
We thought it was going to be so hard. Got super lucky.
That's crazy.
And perhaps it's because people have watched our trailers, but I've noticed in general, even in just the last 2 trailers, that people do a lot of the expressiveness that doesn't actually serve a gameplay function.
Oh,
putting your hand up like this,
it
doesn't actually do anything in the game. It doesn't block bullets. It'll block a punch, I guess. But
I'm guilty of that, yeah.
Gameplay-wise, but it looks cool, and I have noticed in these videos people doing that, like when the gravity shifts in this one. Where is that?
It's yeah.
Oh yeah, it's right here.
Yeah, this button.
Yeah, press the button and then turns around and is
shot like
reacting
it's
to it
shocked.
physically. Even like it looks like there's a little, jolt as he hits the ground. It looks like it's not just the marrow rig. It looks like he emphasized that.
Yeah.
That's another thing that you want to do, is that anything that happens to you in the game, you want to emphasize physically.
Oh yeah.
If a security guard comes up and punches you, lands a hit, it's best to physically react to that hit.
Yeah.
And here, he changed the gravity, hits the wall, and appears to do something physically in real life to emphasize that. Looks really cool and really helps sell the shot.
Yeah. That room is really cool as well. Like, it's also not just the gravity switch. That entire room, actually, I've seen it in like the Unity editor or whatever it is. That entire room actually swings downwards. Like
what?
Yeah, that
pull a Christopher Nolan Inception scene.
Yeah, the entire room swings down and all the props will like fall on you. It's so awesome.
That's really cool. I also really love that graffiti on the wall. That's really cute.
Yeah, that's like a returning one from the first Bone Box too. So it's like iconic almost. Like you recognize it because of that.
Yeah, that's cool. Let's watch another trailer. I have one more note on this, but I predict we'll see it again. So let's watch another one.
Okay.
Oh my god, No Hero. I literally just watched No Hero again this morning.
Oh, again?
For anybody that hasn't seen this, go open a tab right now, leave it on pause, add it to your watch later, continue watching our stream because we want to.
Of course, yeah. Go watch it after.
This video is a masterpiece. It is so unbelievably good.
Fully Quest standalone, this guy.
No notes, absolutely flawless. Like,
yeah.
I don't know anything about this guy. I am pretty confident that he must have some working filmmaking experience because the shots, the editing, it is masterful. Everybody, please watch this video. As of now, it's been out for 3 weeks. It has about 5,000 views, and that is a crime against humanity.
He has, I think he has a lot of space, and because in some scenes, like he'll physically run across the room and stuff to like really like add that like actual, like being able to make the player look as real as possible.
Yeah,
it's incredible. Some of the shots in this are just insane to me.
Yeah, and the camera work, this is nuts, man. Everybody needs to see this. Like, I don't even think that we should watch a trailer for it here, just because all that needs to be said is that everybody needs to go watch this.
Yeah, just go watch it. Just go watch it and enjoy it, please.
And share it with all your friends. It's a masterpiece. It is unbelievably good.
That is a top one.
Moving on from that.
All right, Null Labyrinth.
Hey, how's it going? You know what? Never mind that.
Oh, Happy, by the way, I think your camera's froze. I don't know if that might just be on my end. Hang on.
Oh, it does appear to be frozen. Oh yeah, it looks to be working on my Discord, so that might just be.
Ah. Yeah, on my Discord it's frozen. That's not good. I don't know why.
Let me see if I turn off my camera if it'll turn back on.
Yeah, that should fix it hopefully. There we go. Perfect.
Cool. There we go.
Also, real quickly, could you try noise suppression again as well?
Sure.
Because
Yeah.
I think some of the trailers' audio might be overlapping with the
Yeah,
audio.
that
I'm
would
not
make
sure.
sense. Where did I put Discord?
Should be fine on quality. Oh, wrong one. There we go.
Cool. That should work. All right.
All right, brilliant.
Null Labyrinth.
Thank you.
I love the trailers that have some voice acting.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
that voice acting is a really fun way to add production value to a mod or at least a trailer, because all it takes is a microphone and a audio source.
Yeah, I love it when mods do that.
Completely dark. A helicopter's on the roof, seeing a bit.
Oh, that's sound design.
Personnel. Communications and power are currently down. Null body recognition is required to reactivate all channels. Please proceed with standard protocols immediately. Null body recognition accepted. Communications have been reestablished. Please proceed to the
Hey, over here, come on.
power.
Walkie-talkie. Pick it up. Nice job. I can see on the camera stand. Grab the go That's Looks like you're in some type of waiting room. Whatever, just up to the doors and power generator should be somewhere.
All personnel. All is restored. Intruder detected within the facility. All Sardeliny must active.
Some more action.
Yes.
Always love to see behind the cover.
Intruder has reached the entrance. All personnel. All Cyberlink units have been depleted. Sending out SOS. Commencing explosives for final defense. Brace for impact.
Like the landing. Coming eventually again.
Yeah, I love it. That's a trend now. Yeah, the puzzles in this look really fun and creative.
Yeah, I love the people are really starting to like delve into moving stuff, like those doors opening. That's just the best.
The compactor is really cool. I absolutely love that there's a puzzle where you have to put the null body's hand on there.
Yeah, that stuff's the best.
That's fun. Starting the generator by hitting it. That's a really fun idea.
Yeah.
Trailer wise, too long.
Yeah. That is kind of my fault as well, because I noticed this afterwards. I set the maximum limit of a trailer to 3 minutes. When I don't know why I did that, because I should have done like 1 minute 30.
It's a reasonable length. It's not a bad starting point.
Oh, okay.
But you've got to make sure that you've got the variety and
Yeah.
depth of content to fill that if you are going to make a 3-minute trailer.
Yeah.
And I don't blame you. There's consistently the night before launch is when we always do our launch trailers.
Yeah.
It'll be about 8-9 p.m. I'll have a cut of the trailer that I think is pretty good. You know, like probably need some tweaks, might need some shots swapped out. I take it to Brandon, confident that he's going to love it. And he goes, wow, that was really cool. Needs to be about half as long.
Oh, okay.
And it is pretty. Anybody that's cut these trailers knows how intimidating it is to think of cutting out half of the content and still have it make a lick of sense.
Yeah, I feel that a lot with just simply video editing. I tried to cut some stuff down, and it's like, how do I do that without losing too much?
Yeah, it's really, really challenging. But if you stick to it, be prepared to cut out stuff that you like, cut out stuff that is good, cut out stuff that you think might even be necessary. What you end up with will be a better product, will move faster, and be more compelling. Because there's not a single shot in here that I'd really call out individually to be like, oh, that one's got to go.
Yeah.
You know, it's more just like in general. And some of that comes down to like just editing. Like I said, not everybody can be a professional video editor.
Yeah.
As a rule of thumb, whatever your first cut of the trailer is, aim for a trailer that's half that length. Whatever your first cut was. So if the first cut of this one was 3 minutes, go, all right, my trailer should be 1.5 minutes.
Yeah.
Because I think all of our main trailers are 2 minutes on the dot for the launch trailers and 1.5 minutes for the teaser trailers.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, 2 minutes, 1.5 minutes. 2 minutes for Boneworks trailer. 1.5 minutes for the duck season launch trailer.
Yeah.
And where's HappyGoCrazee? And 1 minute. 1 minute for HappyGoCrazee. Dang.
Hey.
Yeah, gotta keep them tight.
Yeah.
But otherwise, this person definitely has an idea of what they need to be doing to make the shots compelling.
Yeah.
And I knew it would come up again because it comes up in most ones. This is definitely an instance of just needing to stand up and put your body into it.
Yeah.
Because that's the right idea. Like, there's nothing that I would need to say to be like, look, you're clearly not getting how to do VR shots. Like, he knows when he pulls this off, like looking down to watch it fall in awe and then climbing back up, like the moments are there.
Yeah.
They're just generally not followed through enough.
Yeah.
I think the only way to illustrate this is going to be to show it in game. Oops, shit! I just opened Unity. Not Unity. It's going to a build. Don't jump your shit,
okay.
Bonelab.
Get some exclusive Bonelab gameplay chat. I hope you're excited. From the trailer guy himself.
If I can get my Quest connected. Oh, I unplugged it.
All right.
Feel free to hop in here while I'm booting up the game.
Hop in? What do you mean?
Like if you want to entertain chat while I'm getting.
Oh, of course. Yeah. Okay. So, how's everyone doing? I should check if we've had any donations come through. I can read those out while we're having a little bit of downtime. All right. Give me a small second, everyone. I should have.
My Quest 3 is at the office. Every time I hop into a Quest 2 again from my Quest 3, it's like, what?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Quest 3, incredible product.
Yeah.
You don't really realize, you get used to it, but you don't realize until you go back and you're like, oh my god.
I noticed that. Yeah, I always like keep my Quest 2 ready in case I need to play more Bonelab and like my Quest 3 dies. But I also just look at the Quest 2 and I'm like, I don't even want to pick you up. I don't even want to wait.
It's like the Andy from Toy Story meme. I don't want to play with you
Yeah.
anymore.
When the Quest 3 came around, I was like, goodbye. Okay. I'm set now. Okay. I actually can't see the donations on my phone. Okay. Who did I miss? Everyone, I'm really sorry if I missed donations. They haven't updated. Okay, I'll have to check YouTube Studio. I think I saw a few in there, so thank you to everyone who has been donating. I appreciate it. It's supporting the launch of the first Lavacast episode. I think it's going pretty well so far. It's been a hell of a lot of fun.
Yeah, this is fun.
And I'm learning a lot. Because you saying the stuff about kind of struggling more with fights has really helped me, because that's one thing, just with videos, not even trailers. I kind of want a way to, because there's a lot of modding campaigns use just Omni projectors, so it's kind of hard to keep that fresh without a lot of stuff looking the same. So I think
Yeah.
just acting it more would be better. Yeah.
Yeah. And since my Quest 2 is rebooting, to even add to the struggle, it's kind of acting like you're always in danger.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, like you know that if you get shot, run out of health, kill another one, and recover, and you're fine. So there's not a whole lot of incentive in that way to always be dodging bullets unless you're like really being pressed by multiple enemies.
Yeah.
But man, this is taking forever. For whatever reason, this Quest 2, every time I boot it up after the battery dies, it needs to be then turned off and returned on before it works.
Oh, mine does that. It's so irritating. It's so irritating.
Go in while this is rebooting then.
Oh.
So this is the release date trailer for Boneworks.
Yeah.
And
So
this
you
is
do
where I
these
first
too,
started
right?
to figure out how to fight Omni projectors in a compelling way, because we have this segment at the end where the Omni projectors come in. We have a gunfight. There's only 2 of them, and I have an M16.
Yeah.
So like, you know, I need to make this a compelling gunfight.
Hey, the steady sniper shot. Forget how different Boneworks looks.
So the key here is that anytime it looks like he's about to actually take a shot at me,
Yeah.
I hide.
Yeah.
Take cover. So it's like I take some shots at him, deliberately miss a whole bunch of them, and I'm going for like the body shots, the things that I know aren't going to kill it.
Yeah.
Try to like sneak around and flank him, pop up, deliberately miss all those shots, and then at this point I'm like, all right, the shot needs to end now. Time for a headshot.
Take him out. Yeah.
Yeah. So when you know that you always can make the headshot, you can control the length of your shot very easily.
Yeah.
And as soon as you feel that the shot's gotten too long, take him out.
That's brilliant. Yeah. There you go. It's always in the environment too.
This shot took at least like 10 takes or so.
Yeah.
Because I kept killing them too easily. Even body shots at at Omnis with the M16 will take them out in like I think 3 shots.
Yeah, something like that. It's not much.
Okay, boot it up. My controller's dead too, my lord.
Oh. Couldn't make it up.
Hold on, I'm gonna go grab some double A's.
Alright, that's fine. So chat. Isn't this crazy? Hang on. Put me on this screen. Hey everyone, I'll read chat. What's going on? Head crab sounds. Yeah, that's the old Omni sounds, where they sounded like interesting. How's it going, everyone? I hope you're enjoying it so far. Having a stress level 0 dev on the stream is kind of crazy.
HappyGoCrazee, if
oh,
you will.
You're here. What's up? I had the camera off. There we go. But yeah, this is awesome. So one thing is the props as well. Like you're always hiding behind the props, the cover, using those to your advantage, and I love that because that's something I always try to do. Like if there's no bodies coming at me, I'll try and pick up like there's always like a trash can or something in the corner of like every room. So I always try to pick that up and like smack him around the head because props are just so fun to like mess with, and I feel like that's what makes Bonelab what it is. It's just the props. Yeah.
Especially the destructible ones. There's nothing more satisfying than
like
a PC monitor. I think I actually do it in this trailer too.
Yeah, you did on the null body, yeah, in the control room.
Yeah, this one, which took a while because we at this point in time we were still tuning in how fragile things were going to be.
Yeah.
So this took a few shots because it like I had to walk into the room, kill the null body, damage the PC monitor a little bit, spawn a new null body with the dev gun, and then walk in.
Oh yeah, there's something I noticed about the end of this shot too. I'll say when we get there. So there,
Even then, it didn't break when I hit
the
him
null,
with it.
the null body didn't die either. That sound effect was put in post, and I can tell, which is hilarious. Oh, uh-oh. Discord. Happy, you there?
Yeah, I'm back. I don't know why Discord just crashed.
That's fine.
No, I was upset that you figured out my secrets and rage quit.
Oh. But yeah, I'm so used to seeing exactly how null bodies animate and stuff. Like, I could tell that he's still slightly moving, so I was like, he's still alive after that. He didn't die. Also, Discord has managed to swap the screens around somehow. I don't know how that's happened. I can fix that, but it's managed to put you on the big screen and the stream on the facecam screen. On the facecam screen.
Okay. Hey, let me get out of here. I've got a little kitten. She's very excitable. Hold on, I'm trying to full screen my thing here again.
Okay.
No, not that kind of full screen.
Please. Your stream is still running. I don't want to see my stream. Oh, wait. Oh, okay. I see what's going on. Never mind. I am stupid. I've now made this worse. Go back. Okay. So, yeah, you're not streaming your screen right now. But if you do,
oh, okay.
I think that'll fix it. Because, yeah, Discord's like swapping the cameras around and stuff. There we go.
Okay, there we go. We back. Yes, you are indeed right that nobody is not dead.
Yeah. But
And
the
I
sound
think
effect sells
really
it, you know.
Funny how well you know our game that you could see that.
Exactly. You can change a pixel of a texture and I would notice.
Now, this next piece of advice does take some editing expertise to do it right.
Yeah.
Because if you do this wrong, it'll be obvious and awkward. But something that happened in this trailer is after I push him over, I go to grab the monitor. See how the chair's in the way?
Yeah.
Well, in Boneworks, we didn't have the function that Bonelab has where the player automatically steps over chairs. So it was a super awkward moment of me, like, stumbling over that chair to get to the monitor.
I remember that.
Simply couldn't have that. So you'll notice that there's a hard cut in here.
There is, yeah. And the chair turns around. What is it? Or,
if you do it right,
yeah,
a cut like that is basically invisible. Because even though when you're looking for it, you're like, oh yeah, it's a super obvious cut.
Yeah.
In motion, you know, you don't really care.
Yeah.
It does take some tweaking. Like at first, I tried cutting on the head movement, which is a good way to hide a cut.
Yeah.
But it didn't quite work. So it took a lot of finessing and does take some editing skill to get that sort of thing right. But like I don't remember exactly where in here. But at one point something similar happens here where he was like walking across a room and stumbles over some stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like you can just cut the awkward moments out. And it not only saves you time, but makes the shot go smoother.
Yeah, 100%. Oh yeah, I think it's in there, right? In the trash compactor?
Probably.
Yeah, the kind of scaffolding, tripping them up. Oh,
Yeah, jumping over the scaffolding looks cool.
Yeah, that's not bad.
That's more like when an awkward moment ensues, but the shot is otherwise good. You can either try to get the shot again, try to get, you know, that difficult once in a, like, you know, lightning bolt moment that you got.
Yeah.
Or just keep the shot with the awkward moment and cut the awkward moment.
Yeah.
Okay, but my quest should be booted up now. Just gotta go into link mode. I have double A's.
All right, perfect. There you go, set it back to that.
Hopefully this won't interfere with the stream at all.
Should be okay. Stream should stay in the same location, so yeah.
Cool. All right, yeah, I'm in.
Perfect.
So booting up Bonelab, what I'm going to demonstrate is just how much of a difference it makes to physically move for small motions rather than use your analog sticks.
Yeah.
Obviously, if you're running across a room, unless you've got like virtual desktop and a ton of space, you can't run across an entire room. But for small shots, small areas of movement that you want to go through, doing it physically adds so much. And if you can, avoid turning using the analog stick at all costs. That is something that you should try to never do if you can help it while you're recording footage.
All right. Also, by the way, on your stream, My screen is obstructing Bonelab.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's see. I have to adjust this a little bit.
Oh, there we go.
Crashed. Oh, it's trying to use Steam VR.
Oh.
What are you doing? Yes, set as default.
Good old VR.
I know, right? Enable quest link again.
We'll get there. What's going on, chat?
Yeah. At some point, I do want to open things up for questions too, with the caveat that I will not answer any questions about current Bonelab development at all.
When's patch 6? Next week, actually. We got that from Brandon.
You guys already have it? You guys have been so busy watching the stream, you didn't realize it launched.
That's right. Oh, guys, no, actually, no, I'm gonna say.
I have made a bad habit of trolling people on Reddit too much and them taking that trolling seriously.
Oh, that's amazing. Also, yeah, just before the stream, don't know if you guys saw it, but Brandon did tweet. We got a screen video of Test Chamber 07. It's going to receive an update. It's got the SDK is getting like the moving platforms, which is cool. So yeah, I'm excited to see what people do with that. I don't know what else is coming in patch 6. I'm not allowed to ask, so don't say anything in chat. But who knows? You know, maybe there's something cool. Probably, because you know, I find the changing ground textures cool. So you know, of course, there's going to be something cool in patch 6.
Sorry, I think I've got too many things running and it doesn't like it.
Oh, that's fair enough.
I'm gonna try here.
Hopefully that works. But yeah, I hope you guys are excited for patch 6. I'm going to be making tons of videos on it. I got some free time that I am ready to spend playing Bonelab and finding everything I can about it.
What people make.
Oh yeah.
Every patch, it's like people are getting more and more creative with what they're attempting, and it's really exciting.
It certainly is. Patch 5 with like all the kind of official textures and stuff being given to us. I don't really know the exact because I'm not a modder, but yeah, like all the official kind of stuff coming to us is amazing because like the standard of just Bonelab campaigns and sandboxes and stuff that like the average person makes, it's just going up. The stuff people are making now is honestly brilliant.
Yeah, dramatically.
Yeah. Someone says, Hover Junkie says, when is the next Hover Junkers update? Are we allowed to ask that question?
I mean, we've been updating it weekly. It's just nobody's playing it, so nobody's noticed. It's incredible. If someone open the game, they find it's basically No Man's Sky now.
Oh, Hover Junkie,
Again,
you're a fake Hover Junkers fan. You didn't know.
Oh my goodness, it's really. I think it really does not like me streaming while I do this.
Yeah, it's usually the case with stuff like that. Try and do too much, and it's just like, nope.
Shoot, man. Really wanted to show that.
It's fine if not.
Yeah.
But I can entertain chat if you want to try again. I don't mind.
General device problem.
Ah. Perfect timing for something like that to happen. But yeah, patch 6 is just around the corner, my friends. Next week. We don't know which day, but if I was to guess, I'd imagine it's Thursday. But who knows? That's not confirmed, so don't come at me. But might be Thursday. Thursday is 29th, right? And 29th is a Thursday, and it's 6 weeks after the last update. And Brandon said there'd be 6 weeks between each update. So, if my theory is correct, it might be 29th. But it might, because we don't know, okay? So, don't quote me.
It worked. think I'm in.
Did it work?
Yeah, must have been
Hey.
a cable connection problem. I do have a kitten pawing at the USB connection at this very moment. So
Oh no.
that may have contributed.
Stream sniper. There it is. There's the main menu.
Can you guys hear it at all? I turned my volume down.
I can hear the game and can hear you. Yeah, sounds good. To Halfway Park.
Classic.
All right.
This is not one of my levels. This one's all Alex.
Oh, this is Alex's level, is it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Mine were primarily Ascent, the art and puzzles and encounters of Descent, and then Gun Range, Neon District, and I'm forgetting one. All right, let's see. We need ourselves a good old Fords.
Wow. So you did like my favorite levels. I was gonna ask that earlier, but I forgot. Which levels you did? Yeah, Ascent and Descent. I love them.
Get up to me, bastard.
Come on,
All right,
forward.
sleep. But this will still serve very well to emphasize. Let me make sure I'm in spectator mode. Here's a real simple tip: make sure you're in spectator mode.
Aha.
Is fisheye.
I've forgotten
The
that too many
fisheye
times.
on PC will output not only a much wider field of view, but also have much more post effects. Always be recording in this fisheye view when recording footage for anything. It looks so much better.
Aha.
So let's compare to sitting down, just straight up doing it the dead way.
The arms.
And let's imagine that most people are at least holding two-handed weapons with two hands.
Yeah.
If you're still swinging axes like this in your trailers, please, for the love of God, put two hands on your weapon. Now, if I want to get like a good, let's say this is an axe murderer of mine, and I'm trying to make a good horror shot.
Yeah.
Come on, sneak up. See, I'm doing it with the analog stick, and
Watch out.
uh,
Oh.
brutal. Not bad, but there's not. It's so difficult to get a smooth sneak forward. And hey,
What up, son?
all fine. It's so hard to get a nice sneak forward, right? Like the locomotion just does not look normal. It doesn't look realistic. Now let's do it. Yep. Immediately, this will have a more realistic feeling when you swing, because when I swing my arms, since you can see my whole body still, right? Or
Yeah. You're still
you
on
still have
camera.
my camera up? So if you have my camera, you can see how much, even with my feet planted, my entire body moves.
Yeah.
And this movement carries up through your arms, through your shoulders and clavicles, and to your head. And that's what's so important about standing up and being really theatrical, is that the movement, in ways that you might not even realize, does carry through to the camera. You know, you can see as I'm swinging this, standing up, my head is like part of the action. And I'm not trying to do that. That's just how your body moves.
Yeah.
Now, this is something that we advise people to do with Boneworks just for fun. But instead of just that, let's do a full follow through. Let's really like get into method actor mode and imagine I am actually holding an axe that has weight to it, that is heavy. I can't just swing it like that very easily. You're gonna have to get your body into it.
Oh yeah, you got a double shot there. You hit the guy behind. But yeah, that kind of putting the actual weight into the items. Look at that.
Look at how visceral that felt. Like, isn't that better?
Yeah.
And that applies to movement as well, although we need more friends. Not more axes.
I don't think chat wants you to do Ford. Is you got other options?
Are you I don't like watching Fords get killed, because if I know anything about the Bonelab community, that's the only thing they like.
My viewers are different. I taught them to never kill Fords.
Sorry to traumatize you a lot.
Everyone close.
So,
Actually, no, don't close.
Now, this will be tough to demonstrate without going off camera, so I'll try here.
Right.
And this is the problem, is that realistically a lot of people out there might not have very much room to move.
Yeah.
But you can plan your shots so that not a lot of movement is necessary. I showed earlier how static using the analog stick to move feels. Ooh,
Yeah.
all right. So if you're gonna move only a few feet, it helps. I
Oh.
missed. Like,
Wow.
that all sells so much better when you're physically stepping. And you can actually do this a little bit for moving long distances as well.
Yeah.
If I were to go 10 feet, if I locomote forward and walk at the same time, it makes you move a little quickly, so you've got to, like, go light on your analog stick, but you will bring a little bit of that head movement back into the action.
Yeah.
And this is especially important for doing something as simple as picking something off the table. Because it looks really bad to, like, locomote forward, probably, like, run into the table a little bit,
Yeah.
because our acceleration is very fast. Looks so much better, again, if you have the space, to just walk towards it.
Yeah, that's always
You know,
brilliant.
that looks really good.
That's one thing I always try to go for, especially in small distances. It's like walking just looks so much more real compared to the
It
stick.
looks like a video game.
Yeah. But if you get that
This
walk,
looks like VR.
look at that. That's you. That's
Beautiful.
real.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's what I wanted to demonstrate in the headset.
That's brilliant. Yeah. Walking in person if you got the space, or if you even if like you kind of even if you haven't got much space, you kind of can, as long as you got some kind of movement going on, it makes it like better, kind of, rather than just
So much
complete
better.
static. Yeah.
Any amount of movement that you can add is going to bring so much.
Yeah.
Any little bit. And the key, and if you're not like a good actor, if you don't have that like method feeling, or you do have trouble kind of like bringing that physicality, that's fine. Because in the same way that many of us can't just be skilled editors, many of us are not going to be skilled actors either. That's what it is. It's acting. But just doing something as simple as standing up and trying to follow through, you know, just imagining physical objects in your hands will go so far. So in a video like this one, whether or not this person's a good actor, simply standing up and trying to do as many actions as possible physically would be good. Now there's a lot of like moving across huge rooms and big combat sections. Obviously that you can't do by sprinting around your living room.
Yeah.
That's gotta be analog sticks, but
As much as I'd love to be able to just
this
sprint.
one is the shot. You know, like it cuts in there. It's funny, it actually does a little cut like the one I was talking about.
Oh yeah.
This would have been a great one to physically walk up to the desk and grab the
100%.
walkie-talkie. Yeah.
Because he does hit
Right,
the table there
that's
too. Yeah.
All right, we got Mario Kart,
Hey,
baby.
here
Let's
we
go.
go. This mod, I've had so much fun with this mod. It's amazing.
I really love the video of you playing Fusion with it.
Oh, did you watch that?
I cannot believe that the gravity cart works. This is one of those things that we saw it and we're like, this is incredible. What a genius idea.
It's
so
beyond
cool.
me. How they got it working with like multiple players and the gravity being different to each player. That's just amazing.
What I really appreciate about it is that they're not doing anything hacky in the sense of like forcing it to geometry or writing any code or anything.
Yeah.
In the true spirit of Marrow, the gravity cart works physically using physical properties completely. Yeah. And I love that modders have adopted our approach when doing things like this.
Yeah.
Now this is a tough one because racing is inherently just so much different than what the game is usually like.
Yeah.
So the rules apply a little differently. It's really hard to keep driving straight while you're looking around an environment, but if the person recording it can, driving one way and then like looking the other, you know, doing a nice little camera pan would go a long way. Because these shots, even though the shots are good and the environments are incredibly cool and compelling, the trailer is feeling very repetitive because it's just like a shot of driving through a cool spot, a shot of driving through a cool spot, and they're all kind of the same. And is in a similar vein to in a gunfight being too skilled by headshotting everybody. Player's a little too skilled. He's just like driving well, sticking to the racing line.
Yeah.
You want to do a couple skid outs. You want to do, on one of the harder rainbow road quarters, flying off the edge.
Yeah, go flying off that gap.
Literally the stuff that you were doing in your video, just by virtue of playing.
Yeah, and that was not intentional.
Do some freeform play in order to know what shots you get.
Yeah.
All the trailers for Marrow games that I've made started off with me just playing around, playing the game, and then seeing what cool shots I got from that, and then I filled in the blanks afterwards and got shots deliberately. At first, I would just play.
This video is so fun.
There's that like going the hands free and love the cut in. There's skidding, there's crashing. If you were to make that trailer out of footage from this game, from this play session,
oh yeah,
obviously like doing the fusion stuff. Some people might consider that a little deceptive if you put that in the trailer. Maybe with an asterisk you could do that. But nonetheless, what's happening with the crashes, with like falling, like wouldn't you want to show how the gravity cart works in that video?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know where it is, but there's the moment where you keep going off a jump and it gets you far enough from the geometry that you start falling the other way.
Oh, it's this map, yeah. It's it might be coming up.
Oh,
yeah,
because
I was looking at Nase, I was too focused on him, and then I forgot to slow down.
Like, this is such a cool moment. Like, a planned version of this moment would be so good in that trailer.
Yeah.
It's so good. Showing off the gravity cart, showing off that this is actually a geometrically accurate version of the Mario Kart, even with the upside down stuff.
Yeah.
So cool. That's what I'd want from the Mario Kart trailer. And looking at this, it doesn't even have to all be racing. Maybe the person does drag the cart around a little bit. Maybe the player does go and explore, like, I don't know how collidered all the stuff up here is.
Oh, it's all got collision, yeah.
That's great. So in Mario Kart, you can't go explore this temple. But you can in this Bonelab mod, Bonelab mod, and that's cool as hell.
You're right, yeah.
If I was making that trailer, I'd want to see some of that, Spawn in some null bodies and run over them with the go-kart. Like, have some fun.
Of course, yeah. Because, I ended up outside, out of bounds many times, never on purpose. But, yeah, just exploring the kind of areas is really cool. Because, like, you can't in Mario Kart. So, yeah, that's a good selling point of, like, showing off that you can go like around the maps like that. Yeah,
it's important to keep in mind, no matter what kind of map you're making, that every map is a sandbox.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
The way that players are likely going to have a dev gun and spawn whatever they want. When making trailers, you have to think that people will not just do the things that you designed for them. They'll do all kinds of stuff.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Getting creative and finding some of those shots to get in the first place can really make your mod and your trailer stand out.
Yeah. Brilliant.
Now
what's next? Also, were you full screen in the trailers before, or?
Oh yeah, was that one not? My bad.
Yeah, it's fine. But yeah, I was just wondering. So I played through this mod recently. This one is really shocked me. I was really impressed by the stuff it has.
So I'm gonna stop it right there. Just in reference to what I was saying earlier about you have 20 seconds to capture your audience.
Oh yeah.
I like the cutting of these titles from a cinematic perspective.
Yeah.
If it was a trailer in a movie theater, this is exactly what you'd want.
Oh yeah.
Especially with that slow fade out and now a quote. People have clicked out of the video.
Yeah.
Or they've clicked forward to some arbitrary point and might have missed stuff at the beginning. Brandon's actually had me shorten or even entirely remove our own logos from the front of our trailers multiple times because he just wants us to get into it faster.
Yeah.
It's fine because, like I said, the editing here is actually quite good. But
yeah.
You just gotta be fast.
Yeah, I used to be really guilty of that. I used to like spend way too long on some sort of intro, like hello, da, 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 da. It's like just get straight into it, and that usually works better in a lot of cases.
Miracle's confidential project. This facility is unsalvageable. Your objective is to clear the site personnel and secure
Poor Ford.
Is this the same voice from the No Way Home, or that cinematic?
Now that you say that, it does sound very similar. It's a complete different person though.
Interesting.
But yeah,
It's similar modulation.
that is super similar.
Good music again, man.
Oh
I
yeah.
don't know if these are royalty-free tracks or if some of these things have been composed for the mods, but
Yeah, this is Michael's work.
wait, this is Michael?
Yeah, this is the Grand Journey, I think. It's unused in the game, but it's uploaded. Because the Great Journey's used, and then the Grand Journey
it
isn't.
is.
Yeah, yeah. This song, oh, it's good. It's good.
There it is. Yeah. Okay, I'm just complimenting Michael.
I love Michael, man. His music is okay. I should stop talking about the music. This trailer's good.
Yeah. I really like the idea of using a custom avatar in the trailers. Like, even if the avatar isn't included in the mod,
Yeah.
It definitely adds an extra bit of pop and personality to the scene. But not everybody could do that. But if you can, or if you have your own personal avatar, I'd totally encourage doing that. This avatar looks really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, the only critiques I really have of this one would be, you know, little editing nitpicks. But I'm really seeing a lot of good shot choices. They're not staying on any too long.
Yeah.
They're very physical. Like look at this one, how it's like comes up to the window.
Peaks, kind of. Yeah.
It really acknowledges the geometry in pulling the gun back close to their chest.
Yeah.
And then instead of like locomoting to be in front of the window, they then peek around, keeping the gun here, and come back.
Yeah.
Yeah, very, very good physicality here. Cutting away from awkwardness. You know, like, nobody wants to see you reach out, grab this ammo, pull the gun out, probably realign it in your grip. No one wants to see that. Just cut.
Yeah.
You know, very, very smart work there.
Yeah, that looks great.
And the
Awesome.
voice, it adds so much.
Yeah. The music's
Like,
cut
it
really
really
nicely
adds
too.
Purpose and personality to a trailer that might otherwise just look like sort of a generic combat map mimicking the Bonelab style, but you add the voices in there and suddenly it's like, oh wait, no, there's a story being told here. There's an intention with this environment.
Yeah. Really awesome. Another thing about this map is that that's just there's a lot in this campaign. Like this kind of only shows the first area too, so it does a good job of like getting you interested, and then you go and you're like, oh, this is cool, I saw this in the trailer, and then you end up in like level 2 and you're like, there's more.
Yeah.
It does a good job of not showing you too much, but also showing you like a decent amount to be like, oh, I'll check this out.
Yeah. That said, when it comes to trailers, for one, I love how, like, notice all the body shots? He's not going for headshots here. These are all going straight into that zombie's gut.
Yeah.
Some of them you miss. You know, he's making sure that this combat stays engaging.
Wow.
But to your note about, you know, not showing too much, that's really cool because this looks pretty fast already. This is only showing, like, a first area. That's very intriguing.
I'm pretty sure that's all in the first level, yeah.
Your audience doesn't know that.
You're right.
And this is something that Brandon had told me in the Duck Season trailer. Obviously, Duck Season is, for those who have played it, a game that relies pretty heavily on surprising you with things.
Yeah. 100%.
So you might think that you would want to avoid showing as much as possible. In our teaser trailer, we kind of did.
Yeah.
Our teaser trailer literally just shows a unrelated live-action trailer that's included in the game. Kind of subtly hints at the vibe that something dark is going on, but it doesn't really show you much. But our launch trailer shows you everything. There's not a single scene in the game that is not included, at least briefly, in this launch trailer.
Ah.
Because people don't know, and in here, because the shots are cutting so quickly, it doesn't feel like a spoiler because you don't know the context of what's going on. You don't know necessarily what you're seeing. And in a trailer that's shot and cut as well as this one is, you can cut to anything that would happen in this mod out of context, and it's not a spoiler.
Yeah.
You might be showing people everything that happens, But without the context, without them playing it and getting there themselves, they don't really know that it's a spoiler. They don't know what they're seeing.
That's
So
a great
I
point.
wouldn't be afraid to show as much content as you can. If you've got some cool moments that you want to surprise the player, show them. Maybe just don't show how you get there. Don't show how you trigger it, but show the moments. If you put the work into a cool environment, a cool moment, don't worry about spoiling the mod for your players. Like, you want them to play it first and foremost. That's the most important thing.
Yeah.
And so, like, let's watch the duck season trailer for comparison. I also just love this trailer.
Oh yeah.
Chat, see if anybody in chat can tell me what movie trailer I'm ripping off with this trailer.
Yeah, chat. Which movie trailer is this ripping off? Let's see if anyone gets it. I don't know either, to be honest, so I'll learn something. This trailer's great.
It's so fun. I adore this trailer. It was the most fun trailer that I've got. It's a blast.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really like, go find out the context if you're interested in what, like, in this, because like everything's
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, like this trailer spoils everything without spoiling anything.
Yeah, that's really smart. There's the cats. Run, hide, die. That's crazy. Never gets old.
Michael's track for that is just so good.
Oh,
it's unfair.
Michael, we love you. Nails it every time.
Did anybody name any movies?
I think we got one response, and it was someone saying Fortnite Season 85.
It's not Fortnite Season 5. It's Girl with a Dragon Tattoo, which is a movie that I don't know if anybody in chat has seen.
I don't think I've heard of it.
I am going to briefly pull up that trailer. We're not going to watch the whole thing, but just to show you how abrasively I ripped it off.
Is that an older thing? Like an older movie?
It was from 2009, I think. So Daniel Craig and Rooney Mara. Detective thriller film. It's quite excellent.
All right.
Not that trailer. Yeah, it is the one. I even copied the camera movements.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, it's got,
so
like,
it's got
fast
this feeling of
flashing.
being very just chaotic, showing you a bunch of motions and moments without knowing at all what they mean. You know, like these guys looking at each other, like what's the context? Are they about to kill each other? Do they know somebody's committed a crime? Like what's going on?
Yeah.
You know, without context, and this trailer too shows basically every spoiler in the movie. I even copied the titles again.
Oh.
I think this is a homage and not.
There it is. Yeah. That's great. So was it? I'm interested. What was Michael's music composed like specifically for this trailer? Like that.
It was. Yeah.
That's awesome.
And then we used it again for the final boss fight.
Oh yeah, it's used in the game, obviously. Yeah, that's awesome. Because like, yeah.
I truly did.
Oh yeah, it really is similar. Like the music and like the text, obviously. That's cool. Dark Season. That's awesome.
Yeah, so what I do want to point out here is
yeah,
for those that have played Duck Season, I did see after launch a bit of a critique of this trailer that it might have been a little deceptive about how much content was in the game or the variety thereof.
Oh.
Which is fair. You know, you don't do anything in Duck Season besides go into the world and shoot ducks and do a boss fight. And
Yeah.
in the game world, there's not much to do other than play with, some interactive items, most of which don't really impact anything.
Yeah.
But I didn't do anything in Unity Editor. Like, I didn't add anything. I didn't create anything that wasn't genuinely in the game.
Yeah.
I may have, for a shot like this, put the camera somewhere where maybe you usually don't get that close.
Yeah.
I'm showing off an animation here. But I had to get creative, filling a full trailer up with this many shots from a game that has such little variety of locations was really challenging. And so I had to get very creative. Like here, there's a shot of I have Lone Wolf on this little truck,
Yeah.
and I got him like flying around. Like, why? I don't know. I thought it would look cool.
And you can do it.
And it's like, does that have any impact in the game? Does it look like a cool piece of gameplay that will like bring people in? No, but when it's out of context, it is intriguing. You're like, oh, like, what is that motion?
Yeah.
And to an eagle-eyed viewer that might pause it, you can also see
Oh.
a blood-covered in the background. So there
I didn't even notice that.
Content being stored in that shot.
Yeah.
Something as simple as showing the UI for a fail state.
Yeah.
It's like giant fail coming up is like, whoa, like what's going on there? It's like, oh, well, you just lost. It's nothing, no big deal. But when you're cutting to it and from it so quickly, it seems very dramatic and intense.
Yeah.
This is just a score page for one of the mini games. I could just have a static shot of showing the score page, but in this shot, I'm pumping my fist as if to be like, yeah, score, go up, go up.
Oh, yeah.
I want to do something interesting in the shot.
Of course.
And with Duck Season, I was forced to do all this because we had such little variety of environments. It would be really boring to just be like cutting between a bunch of static shots of the room.
Yeah.
But even in a mod where you do have a bunch of content, you can get really creative about what you show and how you show it. You can do things in a sandboxy way, do things that maybe the player isn't compelled or expected to do, but you can do them.
Yeah.
And when you're showing off cool, creative, fun things to do in your trailer, then it does kind of inspire people to play the level in that way as well.
Yeah.
Oops, went to a different video.
Oh.
There's even one shot that I really liked where there's like a bunch of food that falls on the ground.
Oh, yeah.
Right here.
Yeah, that one.
And that's directly mimicking a shot from, I bet it's in the exact same time code too, 55 seconds.
No way.
Somebody drops like a teacup or something in the trailer.
Yeah.
Yeah, right
Oh, there it is,
So
yeah.
there's this shot, and I just wanted a shot like that exactly.
Yeah.
And so I just put a piece of pizza and a juice box on a plate, like ducked down real low, held the object above my head, and dropped it until I got a shot that looks good.
Yeah.
That's not something that happens in the game, but it's a really cool shot.
Yeah.
And like, that's not deceptive. It's just showing off some cool.
Yeah. It's like, if you want to, you can play this game to, drop plates with pizza on them, if you want to.
Right. And what it's showing is like a physics environment full of a bunch of random little interactables, which is something I would consider like a bullet point feature of the game.
Absolutely. Because, yeah, being able to interact with everything just in the house is really cool, because, like, you actually put the, like the tapes into the player and stuff.
Like this stupid shot where like, this was when I was really reaching. I had like 6 black spots on my timeline left where I just needed to put something.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know, what if I start punching the TV? It's like so out of ideas, but it adds this like energy.
Yeah.
Cool.
Because it's so fast paced, you're just like, oh wow, this is like a bunch of crazy stuff. Like, yeah, you don't even notice that scene's like really weird.
Yeah. I just want to show off one more shot that I ripped up directly. There's this really iconic shot from the trailer of like her looking into a security camera.
Oh,
and
yeah.
It's like, whoa, what the fuck's going on there? That's wild. Like right before the titles cut.
Yeah.
And I did exact same thing.
Hey, the evil dog, yeah. Wow. Good trailer to rip off.
Yeah.
This is great.
Okay, let's go on to another one of these.
There you go.
Wow, there are
Nintendo.
many. I don't think we're going to be able to get through all of these, unfortunately. So if you have any favorites,
Yeah, that's fine.
call them out. Like, I don't think that we want to... Well, actually, maybe an Avatar is a good one.
Yeah, that
That's
one is honestly very trailery. I don't know how to put it, but
Yeah,
I'm quite a fan
because
of it.
most Avatar ones will just show footage, but it is fun to show your Avatar actually doing things.
Yeah.
Wait, is this map actually part of the mod too?
No, this map is a separate mod. I don't think it
Okay.
clarifies that, so I don't know.
Oh, good shot. Smooth.
But yeah, there's a very interesting intro, which like caught me off guard when I first got sent it, because like I didn't know what the mod was. I was like, oh wow. And I like that shot.
Yeah. Very well composed. That looked like a physical movement.
Yeah, that was definitely a real life war. I think it might be quest gameplay too, so there's no like
I was
fisheye
about to say,
cam.
there's no,
Yeah,
yeah, it's definitely a narrower field of view.
yeah. Which is
Yeah, you have no option to record on Quest. Obviously, do whatever you can, but
Yeah.
if every person has a PC, it's like for sure, go and try to record it on PC. Get that wider
Yeah.
field of view.
But yeah, there's some really interesting. Like this person really gets about.
This looks very impressive. Super cool.
I noticed they like always cut when they like look to the side really sharply, which like looks really cool. How they do that.
Yeah. Love it.
It's a cool one.
Yeah. Honestly, the only thing is that I wish that this was in a spectator cam, because that narrow field of view really kills me.
Yeah, yeah. It's sad that maybe some people don't have, you know, the ability to record on PC for whatever reason. But
Yeah, especially when you're recording, you need that much more hardware spec in order
Yeah.
to get a decent frame rate and stuff. Regarding frame rate, that's another thing.
yeah,
If you're recording and you've been dropping frames, which you often will if you're running a bunch of mods,
yeah.
don't be afraid to get in there, cut them out. If you need to, various programs even have frame interpolation that you can use to fill in the gaps.
Yeah.
It's really difficult to do that and make it not look janky, but sometimes it can be worth doing. Similarly, a little bit of motion blur can go a long way. A lot of editing programs will have that built in.
Yeah.
I know gamers hate motion blur, but the thing is, motion blur does make a low frame rate shot look smoother. So if you're exporting your video in 30 FPS or even 60, our headsets run at a much higher frame rate than that.
Yeah.
So adding motion blur, I feel, is actually a good way to show what it feels like to be in the headset. It feels smoother
Yeah.
at 60 FPS, even though, you know, you're adding blur and all that. So if you are hitting a good frame rate, don't be afraid to add a little bit of motion blur. It looks really nice. Our Boneworks launch trailer has some motion blur in there, and I bet nobody noticed. It just looks smooth.
Yeah, I didn't know that was a thing.
You can make the motion blur real subtle, and it looks quite good.
Yeah.
Such a cool idea to do a trailer like this for an avatar. Obviously, this has a lot of features with the avatar that most don't, that they're trying to show off.
Yeah.
But I think even with an avatar that's just art, you know, getting in there using a mono director and recording some cool shots
Hey.
would go a long way. Probably not worth it for like most avatars, because it is a lot of work to do that, but still.
Yeah. All right. Do you want to pick some certain ones? I can pick some certain ones if you want.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
Sure.
pitch them my way.
What do people want to see? I think people want to see Labworks. One of the devs for Labworks is in chat too, Evro. So yeah,
Okay.
I think we'll do Labworks first.
Oh, it seems unfair. I haven't seen this trailer, but I know how much work these guys put into literally every aspect of Labworks, including its promotional material. So
Oh yeah.
I have a feeling I'm gonna have very little critique here. Let's see.
Yeah. They did a good job on this one. Showing off impact effects. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Avatars in Boneworks. Good way
Yeah,
to
that's
show that
cool.
off. There it is. Pretty fast too, which is good. It's like
Yeah,
job.
brief. It kept it tight, kept it focused,
Yeah.
and didn't stay on anything too long. I like that they did a mix of a lot of their own shots while also doing some things like mimicking shots from our release date trailer or
Yeah.
from the launch trailer. You know, it does like a good mix of both, for like a little bit of nostalgia and showing other stuff. And like
Yeah.
a shot like the Impact Properties one, you wouldn't want to put that in most trailers, but like here, they're specifically trying to show off features that have been added that are new to this update and
Yeah.
a big deal since they'd been missing before.
Absolutely.
So it's cool. It's cool to include that. There could be more follow through in a lot of the motion though.
Yeah.
Like this one in particular, flying over this cart in real life would have so much force to it, and
Yeah.
the camera stayed very rigid and static through this shot. Great hand movements though.
Yeah.
Getting that part is great. But let's bring up the similar shot from the Boneworks trailer.
Excellent. Yeah, Evro did a good job. I see you in chat. Thanks for watching. I think he's been watching from the start, so I think he's been excited to see his trailer get some spotlight. There, that boss claw amazes me every time.
So this actually, honestly, I'd critique myself and say that as it launches, I think that I'm being a little too static in this one as well.
Yeah. That's not something I've ever really thought to like mimic. It's kind of like just the force of traveling. I've never like thought of doing that either.
Right. It's like when you hit that button in real life, you should physically go like.
Yeah, you'd be like, oh.
And here, like, I'm starting from the Mythos City sign because you get a little bit of that, like, pan down to the subject that a movie does.
Yeah.
Then you hit the button and go. Shoot, I was going to say something. I don't recall. Oh well. Man, that looks great.
Yeah.
Labworks is fantastic. I am in awe of what they've accomplished. It's very impressive.
It's incredible. I'm pretty sure every level's there now, apart from a few sandboxes. But yeah, they've done the whole campaign, which is phenomenal.
Oh, little tip. This is incredibly subtle.
Yeah.
With our fisheye cam, the edges of the camera do have a little bit of distortion.
It's like haze, right? It's like kind of yeah.
Yeah, it has to do with the fisheye effect itself, and some of the other post effects that we're doing. When you are operating with the fisheye cam, punch in your final footage by like just a little bit.
I'll bring it in.
Like set it to like 102 zoom.
Yeah.
Because then it just cuts off those little edges of distortion.
Right, I'll take that into account.
Love that. I always wanted to make those stabbable, but we couldn't do it in OG Boneworks. So happy to see that those are finally
those
impalable.
spikes.
So cool.
Those spikes are awesome.
Bam! Yes.
I wish those were in like one of the arenas in Bonelab. They're so good.
Let's see.
Hey, I'd say
nice.
Unleashed is a pretty it's like a very trailery trailer again. If you want to check
So I
that
look
one
at
out.
thumbnail too, like that.
Yeah, it's one of the shots in the trailer that I put as the thumbnail. It's it's got custom composed music too, which is very impressive. That just fits perfectly with it. It's a bit like the duck season trailer actually. Very long intro though. It's the
Yeah.
thing.
And like this stuff can go at the end.
Yeah, you're right.
I get it though. It's fun to put all that in there.
Yeah, it's always just so tempting.
Omicron Industries led to the discovery.
And this guy with the voice, I don't know if you know him. He's called Ace the Slasher. He's done some like other videos.
It's a great voice.
He's so talented. It's incredible.
Probably wondering why is shut off the resurrection field. I got hit with that body, so I'm gone. But those nuisances that you call Lavacast are hindrance to my operation. The wait is fine.
This is the trailer.
Where are you?
My name is Lavacast. I'm a negotiator for the new
It's the guy.
The robot from HunterMvPz too.
Yeah, he's in there. So many people are in this. I think I'm voicing one of the characters too. It's so cool.
Oh, great. Back to finally showed up. She did actually really keep me. That's actually I say that we really are inside
I get chills.
Fun.
I
How
get
fun.
chills.
Between this and I feel so bad that I'm forgetting the name right now. Between this and No Hero, I am so thrilled that we are finally getting like high quality machinima in Bonelab. There have been a couple other creators like I'll call it Spotman. I've watched his videos for a long time.
Yeah.
There have been people doing machinima in Bonelab, but it's really been taken off lately, and I am so happy to see it. It is delightful. I grew up on like Red vs. Blue. I don't know if you're
Oh
familiar.
yeah, the
That
Halo
kind of
stuff.
Yeah, it's such a cool medium for storytelling, and now that people can really like fully emote in a video game easily with a really good workflow, like, man, I'm so happy to be seeing stuff like that. That's so cool.
Yeah.
So cool.
That trailer is. It reminds me of the Duck season 1 because of like there's all the shots. It's brilliant.
Is this out yet?
No, I don't think. I think it's not going to be out for a decent while. But they did a lot of the stuff back in patch 3, I think, and I think they're still working in patch 3 because that's where Mono Director is at the moment. And yeah, just some of the practical effects they like pull off with the props like flying up in the house and dropping. That's just insane.
Yeah. I love that they're making this character from the end of the Bonelab or Bonework cutscene. That's really cool. Is that a
You're right.
Or is that something the Avatar actually has?
I don't even know. I didn't even realize. Is that that might be the guy from the end of Boneworks. I didn't even make that connection. And that guy was acted by Brandon, right? Which is pretty cool.
Yeah, that's Brandon.
There he goes.
Yeah, this fella. Yeah, how cool that they brought him in and are like telling that story.
I can't wait to get more context on that scene as well.
Yeah, I bet.
Look at that. Yeah, that's got to be the same guy. I didn't even make that connection. That's brilliant. Oh my god.
Awesome. Yeah, like I'm really excited to see whatever the shot is in the helicopter with the Hoverjunkers guy driving. I don't know why, but I got a kick out of that.
Yeah, he seems to be quite.
This guy being the pilot is so funny. I don't know why I love that.
He seems to be a regular character too, so it's gonna be good.
Yeah, how fun. Cool.
That's brilliant. All right. How much time do you think you have left?
I'm fine. Depends on how long you want to go for and how long I want to bore your audience with by
No,
going over trailers.
it's been good. We've had a solid at least 50 people like sticking around basically the whole time.
Sweet.
So but people are enjoying it. And this will
Yeah.
go up like after as like, you know, the live stream, so people will watch over it hopefully, and because this is great. Yeah.
Sure.
I'm cool to go with however long. We can take a break if you want to, and just kind of.
Cool. Maybe we just go for like 20 more minutes. Go to like 3:30, and let's we can open it up for questions, especially if it pertains to editing or whatever. But,
Oh yeah, yeah,
you
sounds
know,
good.
like I said, I won't answer any questions about Bonelab or patches or anything like that. But
Nothing about patch 6, guys. Okay, that's
Yeah.
for another day. When it comes out next week. Hey, but yeah, another trailer which is very trailery. I keep saying that, but this one really is next to Unleashed. Static. Static is unlike anything else that I've seen. The guy very casually sent that to me, and I was like, this is a masterpiece, and you just casually sent this to me.
Nice.
But yeah, this one's good.
Before I even like actually watch it, I saw in the thumbnail tease there, really clean animated shot here,
Yeah,
which is really cool because in our trailers, since the first like Boneworks teasers,
yeah,
we have been adamant that we do not have third-person shots or animated scenery shots. Every shot was deemed to be from the player's point of view at all times.
yeah. I noticed that, and that does make sense. Yeah,
And I like that consistency for our trailers. I don't necessarily think that that's something that people would need to follow.
Yeah,
Because it's cool seeing when people do break away from that.
yeah.
But let's actually hop in.
Here we go. Static. This one's underrated.
Like the little dust VFX element.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of custom art here.
Oh yeah. This is like
That neon looks custom.
it's insane. I don't even know where this guy's been. Like he seems to be very silent and in the background, and he's casually making like this. It's just insane.
Yeah.
Custom OST composed by him too. That's something you'd see in a cinema.
Yeah, that felt very cinematic. Now, this critique will depend on how far along this is in the development process.
Yeah.
What I'm seeing is a sandbox map.
Yeah.
You know, these are all static shots. Beautiful, beautiful static shots, but nothing is happening. There's not even a player rig in any
Yeah.
of these scenes. You know, this could have been made in Blender for all we know, although I can tell just by like the look of it that it's in engine.
Yeah.
My guess is probably because it's not done and maybe isn't ready for any gameplay yet.
Yeah.
You know, but if you do have gameplay, you've got to make sure that you show it.
100%. Yeah.
But assuming that it's just not there yet, and that what he's working on is the scenery, this all looks super freaking cool.
100%.
Again, given that you only have scenery, there's only so much that you can show.
Yeah.
But something that I see a lot of game trailers doing is having title cards that list out features in the game.
Oh yeah.
The title cards that are doing the story is fine. I'd say it'd probably be better to do voiceover if you can.
Oh yeah.
But when it comes to saying like custom soundtrack, I guess is fine because you do want to highlight that. But things like, you know, five full chapters, or I guess this one only does it once. It's not really that bad. But just so many game trailers will spend most of their time with title cards telling you what the features are.
Yeah.
People don't care.
Yeah.
They really don't. And if they do care, they care when they're reading your store page description, not while they're watching the trailer.
Yeah.
So, and I'm guilty of this a couple times too. A few of the trailers that I've done, that weren't as essential, like for DLC content, had
Yeah.
things like that. And Brandon didn't have me take them out because they, you know, were done and like we just didn't have time. We wanted to move on. But
Yeah.
he did give me critiques afterwards, like we don't need these title cards. You know, we don't need to be telling them that sort of thing, because all you're really doing is just wasting time showing them a screen with text that they will read in a split second more easily on your Steam page or your mod page or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's tempting, especially if you've done really cool stuff. You want to explicitly lay that out. If
Course,
possible,
yeah.
just show them that stuff. Otherwise, you know, the fact that this has 5 full chapters, like, what does that mean in the context of watching this? What if each chapter is only like 3 rooms? You know, like it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You can include that in the mod page, but it doesn't really mean anything here. I'll bring up the Boneworks trailer that I'm talking about that has the title cards in it.
Yeah. Trying to remember. That one slipped my head. I know it when I see it.
Oh no, I'm sorry. It's not even Boneworks. It's HappyGoCrazee.
Oh, that's why I don't recognize it. Okay. I haven't watched this one in a while. I really haven't seen a lot of this game. Wow. Oh, I have seen this. Yeah, I watched it.
So this, I tried to make an interesting shot to put behind it,
Yeah.
but the things that I'm saying are obvious from the trailer.
Yeah.
You know, I don't need to say these things in order for people to get that impression.
Oh, yeah.
So I should have just left those title cards out. Like, nobody watching this trailer cares at all that they're in-game leaderboards. Nobody cares. You
Yeah.
know?
Amazing.
We actually recorded those voice lines from Justin before the game even launched, and those are just unused lines that I recycled and like patchwork cut together to make sense for this trailer.
That's awesome.
But yeah, whenever possible, just keep it on the gameplay.
Yeah. That makes sense, yeah. Brilliant.
Let's see.
Okay. The big one, I see people are asking for it. Rexmech Weapon Pack Mark II.
Oh yeah, let's see. I'm curious what a weapon pack trailer will look like.
This one is the only other trailer that's by me, so... Oh, no, actually, no. The footage isn't by me, but the editing's by me. So, yeah, the cuts and stuff.
Yeah.
So,
And right
yeah.
off, these shots would be a great candidate for a warp stabilizer.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
the action in them were good, but for whatever reason, maybe it was a dark environment, maybe they've got cerebral palsy or something. But, you know, it looks very shaky.
Yeah. So, yeah, all the footage is by Rex, but I edited the clips together, so, yeah.
And just so you know, Rex, I hope that you don't... Oh, I love that! Oh, my God!
Yeah, look at that. Very impressive what he's doing with guns. He's going, like, above and beyond. Oh, Rex is in chat. Hey, Rex.
Rex.
I see Mindlight too. Mindlight, we just checked your trailer out.
Great sound design, showing these things off.
Yeah.
So, like, this is a great example of not using title cards. You know, I don't know if Rex ever considered it, but there's a lot of features being shown off here that are so much better demonstrated than, like, throwing a title card in there.
Yeah, yeah. That Omni gun like landed on him.
The Omni that got stuck?
Yeah, the gun of the Omni landed on him, which is kind of sad.
Yeah, so this is an interesting one because showing off a mod pack like this is obviously going to be very different than cutting a trailer for a campaign level or something like that.
Yeah.
So letting the shots sit longer in a trailer like this is fine because the purpose is showing off items as opposed to like a vibe, right?
Yeah.
God, I love this material painter. That's so fun. Hopefully Alex doesn't get mad at me for this, but this has always been a wish list feature that we've wanted that like has just never really been worth implementing. But like either a gun or like something like this that you could paint materials with.
I would die for that. Being able to like spray paint on it or something, or just anything like that. Oh,
yeah,
I'd lose my mind.
And I'm actually incredibly shocked. This is the first time I've seen this in these trailers, but the notorious mouse on the screen.
Mouse.
We've all been there. We've all done it.
I've been there a million times. Don't worry, Rex.
You can, if one is so compelled, because it's often just not worth the effort, but it is actually really easy to mask that out in most editing software. You can just look up a tutorial, remove mouse from screen, Premiere Pro or DaVinci Resolve or whatever. And there'll be a quickie tutorial on how to do that. It's fine. A shot like this, it really doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But if you just got that one take, you were trying all day and you finally got it, and it's got the damn mouse in the shot, you can save it. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't worry, Rex. You're good.
Yeah, he was. He says he was on a tight deadline, which he was, because I did rush him a little bit, so I apologize, Rex. The screwing, the silencer on there.
I like the 2.35 aspect ratio for this. It gives what are otherwise, somewhat static shots and need to be very static shots, just a little bit more of that cinematic vibe just by virtue of the aspect ratio.
Yeah.
However, when you're recording VR footage, keep in mind that it is like the lower half of what you see.
Yeah, you're right.
So you either have to like look up, or since you're cropping the top and bottom anyway, after you've cropped it, you then want to move your footage up.
Ah, you're right.
So that because you can tell that like in this shot, the center of his view in the headset is probably like down here.
Yeah.
And so once you've cropped it, you want to move that center up. You can't really do that when you're doing 16:9, but since you're already doing 235, you can recover the most important parts of the shot. Oh, is that your monitor resolution? Oh, you're recording ultra wide. Yeah, ultra wide is a tough one because when you record ultra wide, it actually emphasizes the problem of cropping off part of your screen. So before recording, it might actually be prudent to set your monitor resolution to 1920 by 1080 and then record like that. Because even if Wigwam himself cropped it to 16:9, you'd still be left with a big part of what you're looking at in the headset, which is down below the screen down here. If you set your monitor resolution to 16:9, you'd see a little bit more of that. But not essential. Again, what you're showing off here, everything you need to show is on screen, and the shots still look good.
Yeah.
Cool showing off like the different grips. I love the I forget the name of this grip, but like holding the gun on top like that. It's cool. It's cool that you're showing that, and it's fascinating. I've tried that grip in real life. It is so exhausting. My God. Like, yeah, you got some good control over the gun, but you get tired so fast.
Yeah. But yeah, the stuff he's doing with the guns, like you can twist the you see him twist the iron sights at the top to like swap which iron sights it is and stuff. Yeah,
great moment.
Just wow. That's awesome.
Another thing to potentially do, because these guns have so much detail, right? All the various gun pack makers will have different areas that they focus on, and one that I've noticed that Rex does, all the moving pieces all like animate fully and properly, and like everything is set up correctly.
Yeah.
And when these guns look so good, I'd utilize the slow motion more. For one, utilizing the slow motion will cut down so much on whatever jitter is present in the head or the hands or anywhere else.
Yeah.
And then it just really, it's like you've got the bullets coming out properly. I don't know if these are our muzzle flares or if you did your own custom ones. But like whatever custom stuff you've done with these guns, going into slow motion to show them will really highlight all the work that you've done, because there's so much work put into these guns. Yeah, it looks so good. Like that shot, you got this great like canted grip, awesome shot. Wouldn't it be sick if it,
That'd be a good slow motion.
Into the full slow motion, you see this slide shooting back and the shell casings coming out of here, and you just get to see this beautiful slow motion shot of this gorgeous gun.
Yeah, that would be a great scene for the slow-mo. I can't believe the Omni's gun like lands on him. That's just hilarious.
Yeah, that's trippy. Mero didn't always have colliders for the forearm, elbow, and upper arm.
You're right, I remember that.
That's one thing that ever since Brennan's added it, it's wild how much more immersion that brings because of things like that.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite things that got added. Like just being able to have your arms just mess with stuff. It's great.
Yeah. And by the way, salutes out to you, RexMex. It's such an awesome weapon pack that you do. It's great that you keep it updated and keep adding stuff to it. I've been a Skyrim modder forever, and like there's always like a few armor and weapon mods that like if I'm starting a new mod list, it's the first thing I throw on. And
oh yeah.
I feel like for Bonelab players, RexMex's pack is like the same way. It's like
yeah, it's essential. It's
mod list,
amazing.
First thing you do, download RexMex's weapon pack.
Yeah. One thing about Rex is that he always records sitting down. That's my only complaint, Rex.
Oh,
yeah. I don't know if you noticed in the trailer, but I think in the first shot you can see it. He does the little hands.
It's
like,
actually there's enough dynamicism in the way that he handles the guns that it is not as readily apparent.
Yeah.
And it's not even so bad with guns as it is with like melee weapons.
Yeah, because obviously you're just kind of like holding it.
The emoting that Rex is putting into the weapon handling here is actually good enough that you don't really notice that he's sitting down very much.
Yeah, honestly.
Which takes a lot of work, because even like popping back behind this pillar while rotating, like I don't know if that was a physical rotate. Looks like an analog stick rotate, I would guess.
Yeah.
Like that takes a lot of awareness while you're playing to keep doing that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And not just like get complacent. So if you have like the awareness of yourself and how you're controlling to do that kind of thing, you can make it work sitting down. It always helps to stand up, but like, yeah, he's doing what he needs to do to still make the shots feel very dynamic and compelling.
Yeah.
Fun stuff.
It's great mod.
And again,
I can't wait
cool
for
that he's doing a trailer for a weapon pack, because that's the sort of thing that I think most people wouldn't think to bother making a trailer for.
Yeah. Yeah, people are hyped for that mod. I get comments almost every day like, when's the release date? I'm like, I don't know. People are excited for that. People are very excited for that.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I'm surprised that there aren't way more mods of just ripping the geometry from another game and just tossing it into Bonelab.
Oh yeah. Yeah, this
like,
one.
You could put basically the entire N64 library into Bonelab pretty effortlessly.
Yeah. That would be great to see, actually. Some good stuff that people could do with that.
Especially in a cartoony art style like this lends itself to Unity lighting and everything, and a simplistic environment, like
yeah,
very, very readily.
So the tower's very iconic as well.
Ford's like, why'd you do that, bro?
It's always Ford. Poor Ford.
I know.
I'm against this Ford abuse.
Out of watching people just murder him endlessly online.
Does he?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. I would never do such a thing.
Yeah, like lots of personality put into the movements here.
Yeah.
Again, it's one of those ones that would have looked a lot better standing up and following through. But
oh yeah.
There's a lot of head movement.
Yeah.
Head movement is incredibly expressive because there's a temptation to always have your hands up on the screen to be doing something. God, especially in AAA game trailers, it drives me insane when no matter what they're doing, the hands just have to be like up at all times.
Oh yeah.
Because to them, like, well, that's what is being tracked. Like, we have to show that, right? No,
Yeah.
the head's being tracked too.
That's right, and that's the whole camera movement. So that's like important.
So, like, you're like nodding at them. Like, you can't see the player rig, but you can see him nodding at them.
Yeah.
You know, there's an incredibly subtle moment in the Boneworks release trailer that's been a kind of like signature of mine ever since, which is a little intrigued head tilt.
Oh, I've picked up on that. I love that.
And I think some people have pointed it out, even like maybe in the comments here somewhere. Let's see, I think it's...
I love doing that type of thing.
Because it's so expressive. The head movements, unlike the body movements, do not have to be as theatrical and exaggerated in order to stand out and
Yeah.
say what you're trying to say. It's here. So go over here, look over at him, I'm like, whatever. And then later, after I realized that, like,
Hey.
oh, these buttons don't have any power, I'm gonna need to go over there. It's like I look at him and it's like, oh, okay. You know, it just like adds a little something, especially if there's something in the frame that you want the player or the character to be noticing or reacting to.
Yeah.
A good way to do that when you don't have a voice or anything like that is just, you know, some kind of head reaction. Like if you did like a or huh?
Yeah.
It goes a long way.
Yeah, that really adds to it. It's great. I love doing stuff like that. I love just being expressive, especially when it's just for the sake of it. Like it's just doing stuff where you don't even need to be expressive. It's just funny.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite things.
And of course, a lot of people started. He hasn't been making content, but JoJoVR had a ton of viral videos with Boneworks, and I absolutely adored how expressive he was
Look
in
at
these
this.
videos.
How do you do
Like,
this?
not to an excessive amount. Like you probably wouldn't want to make your trailers as
Oh yeah.
eccentric, goofy as these. Like, I loved his like head shaking
Where he does
like,
the shake.
Like,
It's like, I can't do it, I can't do it.
emotion, it follows through the emotion so well. It
Yeah.
is so expressive.
It really tells a story.
Great. And like the way he goes, like you can tell that like in real life, he's probably like vocalizing and emoting.
Oh
and
yeah.
a lot of things technically aren't even making it into the video.
I would love to see whatever this looks like from a third person perspective in real life.
He has one video where he pulled off a real life Quest 2 backflip. And he does have a video of him doing that.
I think I've seen that actually, yeah. Oh, it's old Tuscany. Yeah, it's Boneworks, I forgot.
Yeah.
Wow. There's this stuff, just like, this is taken for granted now. Just sending Ford up into space with balloons and then slamming his head into the floor.
I know, he kind of like invented a genre there. And it really took off after that.
Wow.
Fun fact, there's a shot in the Boneworks or Bonelab release trailer that Joey captured.
Was it the final shot with the...
It's the gun flip.
Yep. Oh, the gun flip? Am I thinking of the right one? Damn, you did part for the trailer. That was awesome. I love this trailer. When this trailer dropped, when the game came out, I was waiting for my game to install, and I was like,
I'm really proud of this one. It was very fun, and this song from Michael is just exquisite.
oh yeah. Don't fence me in for the first time. I had like goosebumps. I was like, what is this?
Yeah, this shot is Joey.
That's the one, of course.
Like masterful.
So good. I've tried to recreate that many times and I fail every time.
And the problem was that it was super shaky. And you can actually still see that in the final product, but we did warp stabilize this shot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the amount of practice that it takes to pull off. It's like
the wave. I love the wave to Jimmy. the celebration, the like dancing on the moon. Oh my god. And the spin.
Similar, that one was actually captured by our lead engineer, Jeremy. That's his signature move. He's the one that worked on most of the grips in the game.
Oh, so he made like the...
Because he knew that you could.
That's brilliant.
And I tried to pull it off and was having trouble getting it nearly as smooth as he does. So I'm like, Jeremy, can you capture this specific shot for me? So yeah, that shot is
He hits that. He hits that. Like, that's probably the smoothest time I've like seen it be done. Is still this trailer.
Honestly, like when Jeremy plays, he is so expressive. I wish that he could just record all the shots for our trailers.
Oh, yeah. And that final one with like the Ford, the music's like kicking in, and Ford's like, "What up, son?" in the sky, and he's getting shot. This trailer is just everything.
It's so fun. And like Bonelab has a ton of content. It has kind of the opposite problem of duck season, where there's such a variety of places and types of things to do and see.
Yeah.
But interestingly, towards the end, I was still trying to come up with really creative shots to show things that we'd never shown before.
Yeah.
Because, you know, we're doing a sequel to Boneworks. It's the same system, same engine. Like, obviously, Marrow was a huge upgrade from what Boneworks had. But I wanted to show that it wasn't just Boneworks again.
Yeah.
And getting shots like this bowling one, it's like, yeah, you want to show a shot in a bowling alley, but like, what can you really do in there that's exciting? I could have just pushed a bowling ball down or just showed like spawning it or something.
Yeah.
I thought, wouldn't it be way more fun to use the power puncher, be heavy, so that the power puncher will have the most power possible, and just get a strike all the way down the way. You know, like...
That's... How many takes did that take?
3? Didn't actually take that many.
3, wow, okay.
Yeah. Similarly, like going on the moon. I really like the launchers, and zero grav is really fun. And
yeah.
I know a lot of people dislike the moon level in the campaign.
Yeah.
But it's meant to be a sandbox level, and each level in the campaign was kind of meant to be showing off one of the categories of level in the game.
Yeah.
And to an extent, we like sort of moved away from that, sort of not. But like, I really wanted to show off something creative you could do on the moon, and having like a bunch of dudes have a zero gravity fall.
Yeah, just flailing around. It's really funny to see, just like Ford land on his head.
To get themselves up and then like do an accidental front flip like this forest. It's just so funny. I've got so much footage from this. It was hard to find like just one moment that I could show in the trailer.
Oh yeah, they're like wonder.
Anyone who hasn't done this, you need to go on the moon and just spawn a bunch of guys and have them fight. It is so fun.
It's so entertaining. I've done it many times.
Yeah. We also did a shot that didn't make it into the trailer.
Yeah.
Where we took the go-kart, went off a jump at an angle so that we were doing like a 180 in the air.
Oh, right.
Got upside down, pulled out double MP5s, and shot at all the guys that were having the... but in the end, we just never got the shot nailed quite well enough to put it in the trailer. But damn, that was fun.
That's fair enough. Yeah, like when Bonelab first came out, because I definitely like take it for granted now. Like I don't feel the same kind of wonder I felt when it first came out, because obviously I'm kind of used to it now. But when the game first came out, like I did stuff with a constrainer where I'd like constrain Ford's like chin to his head or something, and he'd just glitch out. I would be just on my bedroom floor just crying, because this game is just so funny. It's so good.
Right, or you can like constrain their hands together and like take them for a walk through the park as they're falling around. Like there's just so many goofy things.
You can just do anything in this game. Like the props, you can just combine anything you want together to just make the most fun stuff ever.
Yeah, and like most trailers is showing off moments from the campaign.
Yeah.
You know, especially towards this like final quarter of the trailer, it was all just like silly, fun creativity. Like, what wacky shots can we get?
Yeah.
I was encouraging everybody in the office to be like, whatever wacky shots you come up with, get them and send them to me. I'll see if we can put them in the trailer.
Yeah. One thing about this trailer, there's the shot on Sprint Bridge where you like miss the jump and you slap your hand on like one of the bridges and it transitions into Mine Dive, and like that just looks so cool. I love this too. That reaction to the Void Orb coming out of the mirror. I was so excited to find out like what that was and like what that meant when I saw that.
And like this is a great shot for adding expressiveness, because the animation in this shot and like what's happening is intriguing enough that if there was no character reaction at all, if I was just standing there and keeping the camera on it, it would still be an okay shot.
Yeah.
But adding the character, having the hands in there to like think to like, oh, maybe I have to shield myself. Oh,
yeah.
no, it's behind
like,
glass.
What is this?
You know, and then like I bring my hands up and then like see, oh, it couldn't get through, and the hands relax. You know, make it a real character moment.
I love that sequence. It's one of my favorite parts in the whole game. I just love that little animation there.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
I actually didn't even know we were doing it until it was in the game, so I was surprised by it the first time that it happened. It was really cool.
That's awesome. But yeah, that Void Orb is really cool. And then, is this where the transition is? Is that...
Sure. Right after this. I think it's at the end of this little sequence of cuts.
I'm happy that's in the trailer too with the crablet, because I would have, like, been terrified.
Right. So that's one of those moments, like I was mentioning about one of the other trailers, where presumably for this to be scary, you wouldn't want to spoil it for people.
Yeah.
But even though you've seen this shot in the trailer, I guarantee everybody that saw this shot was still surprised by the moment. It's not like they opened the door and went, oh, this is the part where the crablet jumps out.
It was still like, really. Whoa.
Right, like, truly, you do not have to be afraid to spoil people on anything that's not plot.
Yeah.
Because this moment was still just as surprising.
And that one, that's what I was talking about. That's brilliant.
Yeah, I was proud of that as well.
It goes with the music too, like the perfect. Oh, it's beautiful.
That's where, like, if you do really have an enthusiasm about editing,
yeah,
a lot of things come down to making motion carry through from one shot to the next.
Yeah,
and it doesn't have to line up, but the fact that, like, as she grabs that, the next thing that you'd expect is her hand to move from, you know, where it grabs the thing up into that part of the frame.
Yeah. So the
exactly
hand
what
carries that motion.
Moving from around here up into that part of the frame, it carries the motion through. And man, does that make for an excellent cut.
That's that's so good. I would kill to play this game for the first time again, because just seeing this weird stuff was the best thing ever.
I know, right? One of the most exciting things about the mod community expanding and people doing more and more creative things is that I actually get to have that experience for the first time of playing something in Marrow using our engine for the first time. It's really exciting playing a mod that's well done and feeling like I'm experiencing something new.
It's incredible. Yeah.
It's very, very cool. This was a hard shot too. I didn't get this one. This was our producer, Steve, got this shot and had about, I think, like 30 takes of it.
I've tried to recreate it in the exact same space. It's hard.
Oh, it's hard. There's so many aspects to keep in mind.
Yeah, it's hard to, when you're falling, it's hard to remember each thing, like, correctly.
Yeah, and in the end, the perfect take that we had was too long. It just took up too much real estate on the timeline.
Yeah.
So there's a cut hidden in here.
Oh,
did you see it?
I didn't even notice there was a cut. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's as if Ford just covers the camera. Like, I didn't notice.
Yeah, there's the entire moment from, like, all the way through the apex of the swing where Ford's body just completely obscures the camera. And it was like maybe a second and a half, 2 seconds of just garbage footage.
Yeah.
So I cut it. And when he gets close to camera and then there's like a little fade, you don't even notice it's there.
Didn't even notice.
But yeah, it's another moment where, like, if you've got an awkward bunch of real estate on your timeline, the shot's just too long, there's a lot you can do to just cut it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like those are two completely different
shots.
That
is trippy.
It's like you get close to him and then you cut.
So Ford just like, teleports you. Oh, there it is. Okay.
You don't notice this cut happen.
Can't even notice that. Yeah. Wow.
Because the motion carries through.
Yeah.
Okay, I actually have a fun thing to do.
Sure.
I want to show off a little bit. There's an editing thing that I did long last time ago, back in 2012. That was a like practice thing that I did for editing.
Yeah.
These were really trendy at the time. Basically, I took every movie trailer that came out that year
Oh yeah.
and cut it together into one single compilation.
Oh.
It's long though.
I'm fine with showing it off if you want it.
All right, yeah. So we'll transition a little bit and won't focus on it too much. This will be like the sign off then.
Yeah, sure.
Because like I said, I didn't want to talk too much about editing because most people aren't in Bonelab modding to become professional editors.
Yeah.
But watching this can kind of show off a lot of the editing techniques that one might want to be capitalizing on.
Yeah.
Okay, 6 minutes. I thought it was longer than that. That's not so bad.
Hey. So this was 2012.
2012. So this is the movies of 2012.
All right.
The final mission to save mankind has failed. The 70-mile-wide asteroid known as Matilda is set to collide with Earth in exactly 3 weeks' time, and we'll be bringing you our countdown to the end of days, along with all your classic rock favorites.
Have everyone's attention, please.
Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider, Iron Man, and Gandalf. Hawkeye. Bane and Brave. Wow. It's hilarious seeing this. Incredibly well done as well. Monkeys. That was 2012. God. I'm just mesmerized. Ted. This is like the movie of all time. Gollum.
For the extreme.
That is incredibly well mixed. That's crazy.
Thank you. So, small moments that I wanted to point out
Yeah.
are when the motion carries through.
Oh yeah.
So like here, this is a shot from, God, I think the Abraham Lincoln movie, the Vampire Hunter one, cutting to Daniel Craig in Skyfall falling into a train.
Right.
And without really paying attention, it'd be easy to miss that those aren't from the same movie, or even one continuous shot. This one, Ghost Rider,
Ghost Rider's here.
flinging a whip, cuts to Lizard's tail smashing into the side of this building in Spider-Man. And then Spider-Man jumping up.
Oh, he hits him and he like, it's as if he gets smashed through.
Cuts to this shot of a guy being slammed through some glass.
Wow.
Which cuts to this car crash. You know, I'm carrying a theme of motion through a series of shots. So we want to get into advanced editing techniques. That's the sort of thing where you can really go crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, now that like, wow.
Yeah.
Just carrying the like momentum through all the shots. That's awesome.
Yeah. And since the Marrow is so kinetic, it's really easy to do.
Yeah. I need to be doing more of that.
It's fun. I mean, it takes a lot of work. These are cuts. You know, this is why I would consider to be very advanced editing, because the difference between those shots flowing well and those shots feeling awkward and jilted and strange is a matter of like 2 frames one way or the other.
Oh,
in the cut. You know, it is extremely precise. So it's not the sort of thing that I would expect most people making mod trailers to be doing. But if you can, man, it really pays off.
Yeah, that's... wow. God. That's quite the trailer.
Thank you.
Quite the collaboration of characters as well.
Yeah, there's I think, how many movies? There's like 200 and something movies.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I listed them all at the end here.
Wow.
That's a lot of movies.
Yeah.
I didn't watch all of these.
Oh yeah, you'd be there for ages. That's someone else. Wow. You guys work next to Corridor Crew, right? Have you like learned anything from them?
Sorry, what was that?
You guys work next to a Corridor Crew, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Have you like picked up stuff from them as well?
Yeah. I mean, having started with Node, I was originally working up in the upper floor that they have all their computers in now.
Yeah.
So I would record, you know, I'll be holding the camera, record the gaming sessions, and then cut down what was usually like a 2 to 4 hour gaming session down into 1 or 2 15 or so minute videos.
Yeah.
And then getting their critiques on those for sure taught me a lot about storytelling and where to find the emotion in something like that. And it does directly apply to making game trailers or even trailers for mods, because you're taking what may be a sandbox level with no particular story and trying to present it in a unique and emotionally compelling way, and trying to locate what that center might be can be pretty challenging.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So yeah, I learned a lot working with Sam and Nico and Brandon at Node, and I don't think that my trailer editing skill today would be nearly as good if it weren't for the 3 years that I spent cutting at Node. This video that I just showed you actually was the piece that I showed to D to get that job.
Oh,
so
that's so
why, like,
awesome.
It may feel weird to some of you in chat, being like, "Yo, why is he showing us this weird like movie compilation over 10 years ago. Like, who is this guy? It is a little relevant because this is how I got this job. Like, without this video, I wouldn't even be here.
Wow.
So for any of the like younger folks in the audience, like pursue your passions because you have no idea where they're going to take you.
It's true.
It's be a little life advice in a trailer editing.
That's what I love. I love streams where it's just like chill, random ass life advice for no reason.
Yeah.
Wow, that's so crazy. I can't get over this. Like, I'm only just realizing I decided to make games about Bonelab, videos about Bonelab because I was like, I like this game. It's fun. I like messing around. And here I am sitting with one of the devs on a live stream. That in itself is just enough. That's insane.
Exactly. And you know, the key is that you gotta just focus on the now of it. You know, at no point I imagine did you go in expecting or even distinctly wanting like, oh, I'm gonna go into this and I'm gonna have, you know, X 100,000 subscribers and I'm gonna be talking to the devs at Bonelab, and if I don't, like, then I failed. Like, that's my goal. Like,
Oh yeah,
you
never.
were just making good content. You were just making the videos that you wanted to make throughout
Yeah.
and following the path. And that got you where you are now, and it might get you somewhere completely different than this in the future. Who knows? As long as you're just following your passion, I think it'll always take you somewhere good.
I can't believe it. All I just started by, you know, like throwing some random bricks together in Bonelab, and here I am.
Yeah.
Wow. This is crazy. It's only just hit me because, like, I was to start with, I was nervous. I was stressed. I was like, oh god, I gotta set the stream up ready. I'm speaking to a stress level 0 dev. This is crazy. Now it's just hit me. It's like, wow. This is...
Yeah.
Oh my...
He's asking about the SLZ building. It's funny, I've seen so many people in Discord posting screenshots of them working on a version of our office, and I have yet to see any of those make it to Mod.io.
Yeah, there's one guy in particular who's been working on it. Oh, is he in chat? I think he might be in chat.
Yeah.
He's called
It was down
Alex Dev. Yeah, there's yeah, been working on a recreation, which is just insane.
Studio 1 is our server room. That's where all of our like build stuff happens. We wanted to make a video on it, kind of like a devlog, like the old Hover Drunkers ones we used to make. But
I would love more videos from you guys. I don't know.
What happens when both of your video editors become game developers is that you don't really have a lot of spare time to make behind-the-scenes videos.
That's true.
We want to really bad. We just literally don't have the time.
Hey, need a hand? No, I'm joking.
I mean, potentially. That's the
Potentially.
sort of thing that. Well, it's like. The irony is that that's exactly what we hired a second video editor for. He just became a game developer too. So we'd have to enter into it in some kind of way that isn't just going to set whoever we hire on the pipeline to being another game dev.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, that is... I don't know if I'm allowed to even say this, but that's something that I would absolutely love to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's just incredible.
Because, yeah, it's fun making the video content and promoting the game in those kinds of ways that aren't just trailers and are really like for the community.
Yeah.
It's something that we'd like to do, and it's just hard to find the time to even like plan out how and when we do that.
Yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, because I came a bit late. I started just after the last update for Boneworks came out, I think, because I just bought a VR. I bought a VR headset because I was bored. I was like, oh, I'm just going to buy a VR headset. And I found Boneworks. I was like, oh, this game looks cool. And then I tried it and I was like, this has existed for like 2 fucking years and I've only just found it. And then from there I was just like, oh wow, this is cool. I found the videos on YouTube and I was like, these videos are the coolest thing ever. Yeah. And I do really miss like kind of just, I don't know, just seeing you guys in the office be like, hey, this is our game. This is what we added. It's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The reason we were able to make those is because I wasn't really doing game dev yet. So we just had a video in the office coming in every day and filming random stuff.
Yeah, that completely makes sense that you guys can't do that anymore. I understand you're working very hard with Marrow and stuff.
Yeah, it's been so much work, so much under the hood. stuff.
It's really
You know,
impressive.
there's so much that's gone into every update, especially patch 4, that
Oh yeah.
literally nobody will ever even know about.
Oh yeah. I try find the little things, but I guarantee the stuff that even slips past me.
Yeah, you and some of the people around you have definitely found more than we expected.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's actually kind of wild. Obviously, like, we overhauled the entire system between Boneworks and Bonelab.
Yeah.
And immediately when the game came out, people were making comparisons, of course. And some obvious things were called out. Climbing changed dramatically.
Yeah.
A lot of people felt for the worse. I popped into Boneworks 2019 the other day and started doing some parkour, and I was like, oh, whoever thought this was better was on something.
I think some people are a bit nostalgia blind.
It's a big change. It's a big adjustment.
Yeah.
So that was the stuff that really stood out to people. But then there was littler stuff that I feel was just as significant, but that people didn't notice. One of them being the fact that the player goes over small geometry automatically. It will step over anything up to about like half a meter without you needing to hit the jump button.
Yeah.
That was never the case in Boneworks, and it can be a huge hassle when you encounter like a 2 centimeter tall divot and have to actually jump over it.
Yeah.
Nobody, as far as I've seen, not a single person has ever commented on that change. Even the YouTubers that like have done deep dives into like what changed between like Bonelab and Boneworks.
You're right, yeah. I haven't heard anyone speak about that. That is something I have noticed, but I like never, I don't know, I noticed it, but I never noticed it at the same time. But yeah, you're so right.
Aspects of Descent are literally designed to show that off.
Yeah.
So let's see. You want to show my screen again?
Oh yeah, sure, sorry. There we go. Oh, good old Descent. I love
So
this
like
map.
this whole section, these rocks here, have a bunch of really crazy geometry. Like down here, there's even like a step that's like about like half a meter tall. It's big.
Yeah.
Stuff you would have to be jumping all over all of this in Boneworks.
Oh
And,
yeah.
When I was designing this early in the pandemic, I had a bunch of invisible foot collider ramps on these in order to let the player locomote over this in a reasonable way.
Yeah.
Then Brandon pushed the update that added in the player rig stepping into here. I removed all those foot collider ramps because I didn't need them anymore. And I thought that people being able to just step over all of these crazy jagged rocks would have blown their minds from the start. I didn't see a single streamer mention it, when we were watching day one, and that still surprises me. And there's so many little things like that.
It's a shame because like that's so massive. Like that changes, that makes the game so much smoother, but yet like no one realizes, no one gets to appreciate it.
Right, like you wouldn't have been able to just walk up those before.
Those
without,
steps,
like,
you
a
go
foot
straight
collider.
up. That was in like the first trailer too, the reveal trailer, right?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
most places in Boneworks that we have stairs or steps like that, we have invisible foot collider ramps. But
Yeah.
don't need them anymore.
Wow.
You can do them to make like going upstairs smoother.
Yeah.
Like I think most of our stairs now have them just for like smoothness,
Yeah.
but it does work anyway.
Wow. Yeah, that's something that like, yeah. It is a shame. I feel like people do take it for granted because like, obviously VR is difficult. It's VR's still got a long way to go, but like you guys are far ahead with a lot of this stuff, and people just like take it for granted. It's insane the stuff you've pulled off in Bonelab, and like it's only going to go up.
Yeah, it's definitely only going to get better from here, and I'm really excited, not just for the future of Marrow, but for what people make in it. I am so hyped, especially watching those trailers today, because I held off from watching any of them deliberately because I wanted this to be like a fresh watching of them, and I'm so glad I did because some of those were so cool.
Yeah, that was great.
I'm gonna play all those. Those are all looking really good.
Oh yeah, there's quite a good few that are out right now, like that I've played. That's just they're good. They're damn good.
Cool. I think that's a good place to wrap it up.
Oh yeah.
Where, you want to call it?
All right, sure. That was 2.5 hours. Wow, that was brilliant. That was just what I was going for, really.
Yeah, full ass podcast length.
Hell yeah. All right. I might do a little extra thing. You don't have to join, but afterwards, do an extra thing. If there's any members in chat, I might go on Discord and you guys can join and we can talk about stuff or something. I don't know. So yeah, that's something for members. If anyone's in chat, any members? And yeah, I believe that is the end of the first Lavacast episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. And
Thanks for having me.
HappyGoCrazee, thank you so much for joining me. It's crazy.
Bet, man.
The first episode, you're here. That's just insane.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been amazing. Thank you very much. I hope to see you soon.
Thanks, man. You too.
I'll see you later.
Peace.
Okay, is Discord slot? Oh yeah, it is. All right, thanks, man. See ya. Okay, wait. Stop. There we go. All right, well, guys, just before we end, what did you think? First episode of Lavacast. 2.5 hours long, with the trailer guy and level guy from Stress Level 0. That's insane. And now that I have infiltrated my way into Stress Level 0, I'm going to be taking it further, and I'm going to be going to the office tomorrow. I'm lying. Don't forget I said that. Anyway, patch 6 is next week, so be excited because I'm going to make loads of videos on it, so you best watch. This week in Bonelab is tomorrow night too, so please do be there for that. The video premiere is up right now. Go over there and set your reminders. And with that said, members, I hope to meet you over on Discord just after the stream, so thank you all very much. And with that said, that is the first episode of Lavacast. I hope you all enjoyed. This has been a lot of fun, and I learned a thing or two. I appreciate